The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
Yo, welcome to Real Figures. This is episode number 58. My name is Omar V, bringing you the latest action figure toy news of the week. And yeah, what's up with everybody, man? How's everyone doing tonight? Another night, another Sunday night, baby. Fuck, man, it's fucking blazing hot over here, like in SoCal, man. So it's just like kind of wanted to do the show a little bit later and shit. Turn the AC on in the crib like at night. So fuck, man. I was like, fuck, it's gonna be fucking an oven up here. But it's not too bad. Got my little H2O and stuff. But yeah, welcome to everyone, man. As you guys know, do a little weekly roundup of toy news. A lot of Marvel Legends to talk about. If you guys are haters in the chat, welcome. Nah, man. Obviously, everybody likes Marvel Legends, man. I mean, who doesn't? It's like the tried and true. It's probably like the majority of a lot of people's collections, honestly. I have like my fair share of them. It's like, you know, I'll buy what I like I always say. So yeah, we're gonna cover some of that stuff, some cool shit, you know. It's not all bad, honestly. I know they get like a lot of bad rap because of some of the ways they handle stuff, but it's not all bad. So we're gonna take a look at that stuff. News up to the hour, there's like fucking updates from Bandai coming out, so got a little bit of that. A lot of stuff on 5K Toys too that we're gonna touch on. There's a lot of like third-party stuff out there, so we'll take a look at that stuff. So yeah, you guys fucking in for a cool show tonight. And like always, I'll go through my pickups. Then I'll say what's up to the chat. Chat's already this guy's fucking hilarious. I couldn't keep a straight face because I was reading this comment as I was like getting ready, and I was just like, my man Tyler, he's like the first one in the chat. Yeah, we're gonna get into that, Ty. So yeah, I hope you stick around for that. Because yeah, I know there's a lot of points to be made about all the reveals. Honestly, there was like a lot of stuff to kind of put out this week. So like I said, we'll get into that. But first, let me go through my pickups. Stop by Target today, and man, they had this fucking remastered TMNT set. I missed the damn pre-order on Target, man. I was like, fuck. But you know what? I am so happy I passed up on those remastered like single releases. I didn't like the texture that they had on them. They had like all these like weird bumps and pores on their face. I didn't like it. I was like, yeah, that shit looks kind of gross. But they did come with these cool stands that I don't think these come with, man, but got like a little remastered splinter and shredder and stuff. It's like a full 6-pack. It's pretty decent like release right here, man. I love the artwork, even though it's like not really classic. It's like more new stuff. It's still cool. But yeah, I'm gonna crack this open. It's just like I said, it's been blazing hot, so I haven't really been up here in this office too much. So I got to move a bunch of stuff around, so I'm gonna kind of do that later on. And then last week I forgot that I even got this, man. I saw this shit kind of underneath my desk, and I was like, oh fuck, I forgot to show this out. But I did get that SDCC exclusive Revenge of the Sith 2-pack, the Obi-Wan and the Anakin. Man, bro, this is so awesome. Like I said, I do gotta crack this stuff open. It's fucking, like I said, it's blazing hot over here. I want to move some stuff around because I want to kind of center that somewhere. It's just such a cool scene. And like I said, man, like I think they really gotta rely on that, dude, like building out scenes. I know they do that with like the TVC stuff, and they're trying to do like dioramas and like vehicles and stuff. But Black Series, if they do like, they continue to do these 2-packs and they kind of fit them out in like little scenes, they give you little dio pieces. Man, that's money in the bank. I think I'm gonna get that Vader and Luke 2-pack also. That one like really cool. So might get that. And yeah, like I said, man, this was like the one SDCC exclusive that I wanted. The other one that I wanted was that fucking Jurassic Park one. Fuck, that shit sold out fast. I completely forgot. I signed on like 30 minutes late. I should have said, I was like, why does this shit say sold out? Did it go live? I was like, I hit X. Saw a bunch of people commenting that it sold out like within 5 minutes. So I think even if I would have been on time, I don't know, it would have been a tough shot to get. So man, hopefully Mattel releases that Buck T-Rex single release, man. I am gonna miss out on that super fan and that dino suit. I see people selling that single like for like $80, $70. The whole set though goes for like 400, almost 300 something dollars plus. So yeah, definitely not buying that. Fucking goddamn Mattel. They always overproduce their exclusives, and then the one cool one that they have, it's just like, fuck. You fucking kidding me? Because I know they did that Homeboy that was taking his shit, they got eaten. They did that one. They did the Steven Spielberg one that was like, I think from 2-3 years ago. Man, you could buy those on like BBTS after a while. But man, this 2-pack, that thing was hot, bro. Hot. So yeah, I missed out on that one. And then I guess Hasbro had like their exclusives going in and out of stock on Pulse. So I was able to nab that Star Wars one. Didn't get the Savage Land, but if I see it pop up somewhere again, I'll probably swoop in for that because yeah, that was a cool one too. And then the Cold Slither one, I could have do without. But I did see that one was really cool too. But yeah, it's all good. Missed out, but I was able to get something at least. And yeah, this shit is awesome. I want to definitely kind of center this out and see like just all the stuff it comes with. Like when I got this shit in the box, I was like, holy fuck, this shit's huge. I was like, damn, that's a cool release. And yeah, like for it to be exclusive, it's pretty cool. Like it's a cool little, don't really need it, especially since they always kind of release these things single carded and stuff. But yeah, just that little world building, that little scene display, I think it's awesome. And I hope they continue to do more. But yo, let me say what's up to the chat. Like I said, the chat sliding in here. We got Tyler L in the building. He says, yo, Omar, I know he's here to talk about some Marvel Legends. Ghost Tav is in the building. He says, hello, what up, Ghost Tav? Johnny number 5. What's up, my dude? What's good with you, man? Happy to see you. What's good with Johnny? What's good with Heart Fast and Ugly? Jersey Devil in the house. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that too, man. Figura Obscura. I don't know, man. Looks pretty cool, honestly. Marvel Shields and DC Soy Boys present and ready for action, baby. Present and yeah. DC Soy Boys, fuck, man. What's up with that Peacemaker show, bro? I heard there's like a crazy scene in that. I heard this motherfucker's trying to be the boys and shit, and it's just like, bro, you waited till they went gay and now you want to be the boys. So I don't know if that's the right move, man. Racelane says going to be a slow week, Abe. I don't know, man. I don't know. You know what? Talk about news. I'm actually doing a fucking rebrand. Check it out, guys. This is how slow it is. I had time to do this stupid shit, man. Oh man, that was fucking terrible. Terrible what they did at Cracker Barrel. I've never been to one. And now I'd never plan on going to one. So stupid. Fucking news. The news cycle in 2025 is insane, bro. Target had a 10 USD off with $60 purchase, so I bought a NECA comic Leatherhead. Oh, right on, man. That's cool. Yeah, that Leatherhead's, dude, that's a big ass figure. That's a dope one. Man, what's the current shit out right now for the Mirage stuff? I think I'm pretty caught up, but yeah, I'm tripping. I'm thinking about that Mesco shredder. I can't wait for that one to go up, man. That's probably gonna be the quintessential shredder, honestly. I didn't like the turtles with warts, so gross texture. Felt like they had leprosy or STDs. Yeah, they had like a bunch of like the texture was all fucked up, man. So I held off. I was like, you know what? And I thought one day I was gonna backtrack on them, but man, when I saw that 6-pack, I was like, I gotta get that shit, bro. So fucking souped in for that. Thankfully, my man Will Flow in the building says, "What up, nerds? What's good? Yo, Will, what up, man? What's good with you?" Man, Will, Johnny saying Black Series has made a good comeback. I'm loving the line again. Yeah, it's pretty good with that shit, man. Honestly, like the Jedis they've been putting out. And then they're even reissuing stuff that's gone up that like people missed out on. I think that Padawan Ahsoka was like going for like $100. And they just recently did a restock on that. They did Darth Malgus again. I know that one a lot of people were wanting to backtrack on. I had no idea some of these prices for like aftermarket stuff was that high. So I always got to give points to companies that are like, hey man, let's put this shit back out. Let's just fuck it. You know, we still have the molds. We're paying for this damn license. And yeah, like Johnny's saying, they're coming out strong, bro. Like seriously, this is probably the most Black Series I bought in quite a few years, honestly. I don't think last year I went in for that many. I don't think last year I even bought more than 2, maybe. And then this year I got the exclusive. I got like a few of the Jedis. Some of the stuff that's coming out now, like even that fucking Jango Fett. Like I want that shit, low key. That shit looks tight. 8 and Skate in the building says, "What's up, everyone? I'm a little jealous of that Star Wars SDCC set. I missed it. Oh man, yeah, I know. Like I said, stuff was going in and out, man. I think we're gonna see them pop up again, though. I don't think that's the final stock. man, I'm holding out hope Mattel has more of those damn fucking exclusives. But if they don't, please, 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 please repack that fucking Buck T-Rex for my stupid ass. Mel State in the building says, "What up, Omar? What's up, everyone? Yo, Mel, how you doing tonight? What's good with you, man?" Yeah, we got a lot of people in here, man. That's awesome. I like to see the chat jumping and stuff. Hardfast saying, "I got no gag reflex for LPZZ." Hey, yo, I don't know where that's about. Ghost House saying, "Cracker Barrel was amazing for Americana food. Best place to take older people to eat. That happens when you turn your back on your audience and you get rid of the cracker and the barrel." Yeah, I know. That's why I was like, yo, logo change? Fuck. I'm in the money now. I'm going to get 10,000 subs in no time. My weekly haul: NECA, Alien Romulus, Storm Arena, Ken, Mesco, Destro, and 2-pack Madam Mask Crossbows. Damn, that's a fucking awesome haul. Yeah, I know. I'm waiting for my Storm Arena Ken. I wanted to wait until BBTS got that fucking Ryu in stock. And like clockwork, I couldn't wait. I was like, let me just ship this out. I bet you next week they get that shit in stock. It always happens. And then that Romulus Alien, yeah, that shit. I gotta get that, bro. I gotta get that. I seen a couple Target links. I gotta cop that shit. That fucking Big Chap remastered joint or whatever. That looks awesome. Yeah, I'll probably soup in for that too. Be Weird in the house. He says, "Let's go." Well, like Be Weird said, let's go, guys. It's time to jump into it. Jump into action, baby. Cause a little bit where we left off last week was like I said, man, third party killing it, bro. We got this Adam Toys. Let me get rid of this dumbass logo. It's just so dumb, bro. And you know what? I'm talking shit. My logo is even dumber. It's so dumb. I found this cool font that I like, and I put it in the circle, and that's it. But you know what? I'll never do this, bro. Fuck you. Oh man, like Ghost Town saying, I won't turn my back on my audience. From dumb to dumber. Oh man, but let's get into the toy news, guys, because like I was saying, Adam Toys, man, or Muff, Chaos, it's all over. It's up in the air what these guys really go by, man. As far as I know, this is supposed to be like Muff Toys, and then when Muff Toys did comic figures, that falls into the Chaos line. So like we're seeing with that Chaos Superman and then the Dark Knight Returns Batman, that's all going to be Chaos. This is supposed to be in that same realm. Fall under that same umbrella. But since it's third party, they definitely have to dance around with stuff, man. This Adam Toys is obviously just referencing the body that these guys use. But this Guilty Land, Kane the Postman, third party Mar figure from Sin City is, man, it's probably one of the hotter pre-orders of the week, honestly. It's up on places like Toysy, Metaverse, 5K Toys, the usuals. And man, like I was saying last week, man, we saw the teaser from Esco. We saw their in-booth shots at SDCC. This to me is just, I don't want to say it's miles better. It's definitely a more kind of a different take on it. Like the Mexico one is definitely more monochromatic, especially for like that comic series. It's like more black and white, noir type. This still kind of fits that, but it also kind of adds a little bit of shade of colors in it, and like I said, man, it's just for Mesco to be like one of the first companies that at least I saw doing soft goods. I feel like there's companies that have just lapped them in quality and in terms of just the tailoring of the stuff. Like this looks in scale for a 112 release. Some of the problems that I always have with Mesco is just like you'll see the seam lines or you'll see the stitching. It just looks too big, to like the proportions throw it completely off because it's a 6-inch figure. It has almost like just like a bigger size zipper that just doesn't make sense, where this just everything from the belt buckle to the straps on the jacket, it just all looks perfect. It just looks like a shrunken down, this dude will probably be like 6 foot something, but just shrunken down. The soft goods look good, the boots, just the detail on all that stuff, like the laces and stuff. This thing looks awesome. Like this thing looks awesome, and I gotta give props to Mesco, man. Their Mart figure look good. They are officially licensed. They are, and that's what I mean by they need to kind of like up their quality because they are official. And it's the official release, so they should be probably the best one out. But man, these guys in this company, like I said, I don't know if it falls under Muff Toys or if that's like the main company. but it just feels like these guys in Hong Kong are definitely taking note of like some of the stuff that people are buying out here, as far as like Mezco releases, you know, NECA releases with their fine sculpts or detailed paint jobs that other companies offer, and they're just kicking it in overdrive, man. You know, where like I said, I'm speaking, you know, for in part for the companies out here, but as fans and people that are buying this stuff, like man, I think we're eating the best, you know, because like I said, the competition breeds excellence, you know. So that's kind of what bums me out about Mezco sometimes, especially now when you see their prices. It's like, bro, these shits are going up for upwards of like $150, you know. So it's like, is it the best version of this? You know, like we're gonna see their Red Hood. I guarantee you, the closer that release comes to coming out, we're gonna see a handful of like third-party Red Hood figures, and some might be better, some might be, you know, worse for, you know, worse. But I just feel like Mezco definitely needs to step it up just a little bit more, you know, and they still kill it. Like I said, I'm talking my shit, but they still kill it. They still, on top of that, they still generate FOMO, dude, because some of their stuff is more limited, you know. Some of their more pulp noir comic characters are harder to find. Like you can't not find that shadow figure for like less than $200, you know. You know, we're seeing a number of like Frazetta releases, even their Conan, their Death Dealers still keep their value in the aftermarket. So like the people still want the stuff. I don't know if it has to do with brand recognition. I think it's a bit of both. It's brand recognition, but it's definitely also quality. You know, they still bring it. But man, like I said, these guys, just look how good this looks, man. Like I had to lock this up. It's just something that I don't know. It's a recognizable character on top of that. And at the end of the day, like I've said, I'm starting to give more points to companies that are not just doing, you know, fucking Snyder versus Batman type of shit, you know. Even though these guys are, if there are Muff Toys, they also did stuff like that. It's like get into this other stuff, you know, this more lesser known stuff, but it just looks equally cool, and it fits in with a lot of stuff. Like even if you're not the biggest Sin City fan, this shit just looks like it could go with a lot of stuff. You know, you could even kind of put this like in the Batman type of shot too, you know, speaking of Batman. But definitely one of the harder pre-orders of the week. And like I said, the comparison to the Mezco, it's, if you see, just look at the Mezco by itself, it looks great. Like there's nothing wrong with that. Like I think that's still going to sell extremely well, but side by side, it's, and you had to choose one, like which one you think you would choose. And I think I'm of that opinion that I'm only going to go with one. Like I said, I want like a cool Marv, but I think I would be feeling the FOMO a lot more for the Muff or the Atom Body one, as opposed to the Mezco. But that's just my opinion. Like that's just an early look. And yeah, this was teased over a year ago, so I can see the pre-order opening up soon. I think they've just been hitting us with like a lot of pre-orders lately that they probably want to slow it down just a bit. But yeah, like I said, side by side, to me, it's an easy decision to make which one I would go with. But they both offer something different, you know. They both offer something different, and I can almost guarantee that the Mezco one is going to come with like pretty awesome accessories. Where this, it also has its fair share, you know. The two head sculpts, and like I said, their soft goods is just, it's just that much better. It's just that much better. Where this one is actually a really good out from them. Like this Mezco Marv, it actually looks like they are upping their game in terms of that. But you know, it's not like promotional images or anything. So like I said, when they open that pre-order, we're definitely going to be able to tell. But just off of first glance, like this to me looks instant cop. Don't want to miss out. And yeah, this is one that'll probably sell. I don't know if it'll sell out, because like I said, they are just really using this Atom Body, but you're relying on, you know, these really detailed like soft goods. And that head sculpt, man, the head sculpts on this guy look fucking awesome, bro. Like it just has like a lot of fucking character. Like this shit just looks like, this is like modern day action figure shit, you know. So this is like what people really want to put their money towards, and I don't blame them. I honestly do not blame them. It's definitely like some of the hotter stuff out there. And you know, obviously it's going to cost more than a fucking Marvel Legend, but you know where that money's going. Like you can obviously tell where that money's going. So what are your guys' thoughts on it, man? Are you guys going in for this Guilty Land Kane the Postman? I always love the names. But yeah, I think I'm only gonna go with one, and I think I know which one for sure. Hard Fast Lane. I'm down for that Guilty Lane, Guilty Kane, Guilty Land. I would change the pants to move fabric instead of the leather look. Yeah, that that's the other thing. You're right. You're probably right on that. But like I said, I don't know. It definitely adds something different to it. I don't know. Like I thought I wouldn't like the leather pants so much, but when I saw him like with this right here, like with his just like his wife beater and shit on, I was like, yeah, that shit actually works really well. And like I said, man, just the detail on the boots and stuff. Like when you get these figures in hand, you definitely notice a lot more of the stuff, So I did pre-order this on 5K. I think it's only like $20 pre-order there on there, or 25 or something. But like I said, this is probably gonna be one of the harder jobs when it comes out, man. I honestly gotta backtrack on that fucking Dark Knight Batman. I think I missed that pre-order talking my shit all the time. So yeah, I don't want to miss out on too much more of this shit, because yeah, it's getting harder and harder to backtrack on stuff. It's definitely selling well and going up, and yeah, I'm not one to be jumping on the bay, Ghost Ass saying biggest issue I had with Mesco was I'm wearing my dad's clothes syndrome. They do get a lot of hitters. Yeah, they definitely, like I said, yeah, it's always been like that bulkiness to it, but over the years they've definitely improved, especially on like their superhero stuff. When I just recently seen that Nightwing, that exclusive Nightwing that they put out, that looked really good. With the exception of the head sculpt, the costume, it looked like it fit really well. But then you get the corn sweat Superman, and it just looked off. It just looked off to me, So I don't know, but yeah, I definitely agree with that. Definitely agree with that. Oh man, Johnny saying this company should make a Spawn. Fuck, that would be. That would be, if anybody could stop third party from making anything, it's fucking Todd McFarlane and his his desire to keep Spawn in house. Like there is nothing that's gonna stop fucking Todd from coming out with his shit. Wasn't there like a 1/6 Spawn figure like not too long ago, and people are like, "No, this is coming out, man." And I don't think I've ever seen one picture of that shit float around that somebody has it in hand. Like this motherfucker, and I think honestly, like I said, I think it's gonna get harder and harder for these companies to bootleg shit, man, without licensing stuff out, because I'm noticing that more. Like they're actually getting official with it. Like that LPZC stuff, that's officially licensed. That Ling Jing shit, that's officially licensed. And it's like I said last week, man, these are American owned properties, dude. Like China needs to fucking license this shit out just like everyone else, So it's just like if Mesco gotta, sacrifice and pay that fucking bill, like for the licensing fee, then these motherfuckers got to also, So I don't know when this bubble bursts of just, third party, that's just an official thing. It's like this third party, that's fucking illegal, guys. You know what I mean? It's the price point too, very competitive. Yeah, exactly. You're right. Especially now when you see that shipping on the Mesco, it's like, man, they can go fuck themselves. It all comes down to which costs less or bang for your buck. Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see both when they come out. I want to see what the Mesco comes with, but just like I said, first glance, like if this comes out before the Mesco, then I won't have any interest in getting it. And I already pre-ordered it, so I guess I could just take this to the bank already. Mesco looks 5 years behind. My man Johnny taking his shots. I know, it's just one definitely shout out to my man Johnny, man. I use the word one definitely looks lacking here, So it just depends. And I think, like I said, they're getting away with like a different interpretation of it. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I know the Mesco one's still gonna sell well though. I'm talking shit, but it's gonna sell well. I'm curious on Mesco Mars accessories though. Yeah, it's like they're already showing off a really cool one. He's got that motherfucker's head and shit in his hand. Like that's fucking awesome. So yeah, they're definitely gonna tease off some cool shit. So can't wait to see that go live. Johnny saying, dude, Todd is so powerful. He actually killed that 1/6 Spawn. Yeah, exactly. Never saw that. Never saw that hit the light of day, bro. That was like I remember it was like floating around. Never saw anything. Never saw anybody take a picture of it. Nothing, bro. And it looked pretty cool too. Everybody was like, "Oh yeah, this is coming out, bro." Like Ninja said, dollar to detail. Oh, did he say that? That's a good saying. I like that. The headband aids are icing on the cake. Fucking ghost app. Oh man, but yeah, that's this Marv. So we'll see when this comes out, and when the Mesco goes up for Peter. Like I said, this was a review in 2024, and then this past SDCC we got little inboot shot. So yeah, here's pre-order opening up soon, and we'll see, man. But they're keeping it with the comic reveals. Last week we touched on this Boss Fight Studio Hellboy silhouette, and like I was saying, I was pretty annoyed that they don't just come out and show the shit. You know, it's just like they all time themselves at the same time. So we get the reveal this week, and for $60, for whatever reason, I thought it was going to be a lot more. I don't want to use the word cheaper, but I don't know. I just didn't think it was going to be that expensive. Like $60 is a lot, you know, and I thought it, for whatever reason, I was picturing like a $30 price point, but that definitely is not possible. You know, the more stuff comes out, it just seems like everything's getting more expensive, you know. So for whatever reason, I imagine this to be like around that $30-$40 price point. So to see it at $60, I don't know. I have the Sentinel Hellboy, and I like how this looks. Certain aesthetics of it, like it definitely looks like it popped out of a comic book. It's definitely got that Mike Mignola artwork style. Like it definitely hits it. But the other thing that kind of trips me out is like I want to kind of see this like in hand. You know, it just kind of seems too much like of a render. So it's just like I want to see how it looks like in hand. You know, like how like the shading is, because it definitely has like a little bit of that cell shading stuff going on. And I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of that, you know, but like their interpretation of it to just kind of pull it straight from the comic book, like it doesn't look bad, but it doesn't look like an automatic sell to me, you know. However, though, the size is pretty cool. It doesn't have like the most accessories, but I don't know. I don't think you could stuff too much more in for like $60. I mean, you could, but I really don't mess around with too much boss fight stuff. You know, I don't even think I own one figure. The last one that I really had on my radar that I kind of put off and on my want list was that Red Sonja. Like I've heard good things about it, and then I heard people say no, it's shit. And then I heard people say no, it's pretty good. So it's just like I don't know, you know. I never thought this was like the best version. And then especially when you start to see companies like Savage Crucible and all these other companies like Frazetta Girls and all that stuff, like do like female figures, it's just like, yeah, maybe that might not be the best articulated, but like I like the stuff they're doing, man. Like that Conan that I picked up from Icon Collectibles, that's the first Icon Collectibles figure I bought. That shit is sick, bro. Like beautiful figure. So it's just like, man, yeah, I think I did miss out on some of the ones that sold out already. Because yeah, it looks like they're putting out pretty cool stuff as far as sculpts go, and I think that's just what I want with this stuff, you know. So I don't know. This just definitely kind of threw me off as far as like the paint work that's going into it, especially with like the other characters, because this Lobster Johnson, like I hate that they do this like fucking render in this dark fucking image. It's just like, bro, can I see the damn toy? You know, this is ridiculous. Like this is as good as the silhouette that we saw last week. It's just like, what the fuck, guys? So thankfully on their site they had like just a white background, because it's just like I want to see what the fuck I'm buying potentially. Like, what is this, dude? Oh hell, I was like, oh my god, dude. I was like putting this shit on my phone, like making slides, and I was just like, fuck, do I need to raise the brightness on this shit? I can't see shit. Oh man. So yeah, like I said, on their site they have like a white background, and you could see it, and like I said, man, it definitely has like kind of like what I perceive good articulation. It just kind of looks like Marvel Legends articulation, but like the paintwork is what's kind of just throwing me off. Like I don't know if I like it. I don't know if I'm not gonna like it in hand. So it's not anything that I ran to pre-order, especially like I said, since I already have like the Sentinel. However, I don't have the Sentinel Lobster Johnson. I was just like, I'm cool with the Hellboy, but this is also a character that I definitely would want. But I don't think I would mix and match lines. So if I had to get this guy, I would definitely have to go in for that. His name is Hellboy. Oh man, shout out to Rockin' Robbie, bro. I don't know if you guys ever watch pop culture philosophers. I love Rockin' Robbie. He's awesome. But yeah, he would always have this song, and he would go, "His name is Hellboy." That shit would always get stuck in my head. And yeah, like I said, I would definitely have to get both of the figures. So that's already $120. Where fuck me, like I don't know, for something that I might not be happy with. It's like I said, I hold off. And then Gruagash, I always don't know if I pronounce this guy's name correctly, but I think that's what it is. And I think the one that definitely gave it away for me, that I can't tell what this shit looks like, is this one. It just looks like a fucking video game. Like it looks like a video game, and I hate to pre-order stuff like that. You know, it's just I need to know what the fuck it looks like. It just, to me, this is just looks too much like a fucking render. It's like I'm not playing a damn video game here. I'm looking at a fucking potential action figure that I might want to buy. So that just kills it for me, man. Instantly kills it for me. It does it with all the time with all the Super 7 stuff. I mean, aside from their shit figures, it's just their promotional images, just dead giveaway. You don't know what the fuck it is. This gives off those same vibes. So I don't want to say they look bad, and like the size on them look pretty good. It's just that $60, this whole wave, $200. Yeah, I don't know, bro. I don't know. They would have to be instant cops at those price points, and I don't necessarily think these are. What, no trench coat? Yeah, and that's the other thing. For $60, I think they could fabricate like a soft goods trench coat, right? But I almost wanted to give them benefit of the doubt and say that kept the price down. But man, 60 is a lot, bro. You know, it's like I think if you're gonna get this license, you have to find a way to offer it at a better value. Like I think at $50, it's just like a better number, obviously. But I don't think they necessarily would have lost too much money on their end, and it just looks better, bro. $49.99, baby. Gotta keep it nice and tight for the people, man. If you want to save money, bro, 60. Fuck, might as well be a fucking $100, man. Fuck you. After the cost of 1,000 toys and Sentinel, 60 USD is a cheaper alternative. Yeah, it is, but I don't know, man. If I already have this, like I said, the 1,000 toys, it's like, then I don't need this, you know. Omar about to pre-order the Maximum Symbiote Spider-Man once it gets teased. I know I'm talking shit about this, right? It's like, but look at the accessories, bro. Like this is where, yeah, $60. It definitely needed to come with more shit. I do like that the fingers on that fucking that bigger hand that he has aren't articulated like the 1,000 toys. So I like that, but it's got to come with more for $60 in this, you know. Aside from being iffy on the paint, I don't know. And like I said, I need to see these things in hand because I don't know what the fuck I'm looking at here, man. You know, but not to say they look bad. I think they're gonna get pre-order well. I saw a lot of people talking about them online and stuff, so I think it's gonna be a safe bet to just kind of wait, see, you know, let guinea pigs get theirs and stuff, and then you can kind of make your decision. But not bad from Boss Fight, man. I feel like they're coming out a lot stronger lately. You know, it's just they're kind of weird with the stuff they go after. It's just like Strawberry Shortcake, Garfield, you know, Hellboy. It's just very all over the place. So I don't know, but you know, pluses and minuses, but I don't want to necessarily say I'll never get these. You know, I'm just saying I'll probably wait on them. I might be down for that swine. Hey, yo. Yeah, like I said, I'm just gotta wait, bro. Like I don't know what the fuck this looks like in hand. Oh, it might look like complete shit, or it might look really fucking cool, like something that just definitely pops, you know. Definitely Mike Mignola art come to life, yeah, and that's definitely a reason to get him, you know. So, especially, you know, big fans of that. I like his Batman. Like I remember, like my brother, he used to have like those black and white Batman statues and stuff. Had like his like whole bookcase with him. I think he still does have them and shit. I don't even know. But yeah, that Mike Mignola. I remember I asked him, "What's your favorite one?" He's like, "The Mike Mignola one was the sickest one." Yeah, it definitely looks like his artwork like this. It's just kind of does look like a video game. It's kind of like his artwork kind of looks like, I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. Like really, it just kind of looks like not pixely, but like it definitely has like those shapes and shit, like very blocked corners and shit. Kind of. I don't know. I don't know if I'm describing it correctly, but you know his artwork when you see it. Definitely, it's really recognizable. Hustle in the house saying what's up to the chat. What's up, Omar? Yo, Hustle, how's it going? We also got this guy Boncho in the building. What's up, Boncho? Oh man, I put the wrong one. Shout out to my man Bonch. What's good with you, man? But yeah, that was that. And like I said, I could have just shown this off last week. The fucking, I don't have to hold it off. It's like, come on, guys. There's nothing to talk about some weeks. And, you know, if other companies aren't showing shit, then you come out with your stuff, you know, and like the whole news cycle is going to wrap around it. So that's that. But from one comic series to another comic series, we got TMNT Mirage comics from NECA, and they're coming with more Mirage stuff. Like I was just saying at the beginning of the show, I'm kind of trying to keep track with this line, but some of these other characters that I don't really know anything about, I actually I wanna start buying like fucking like omnibuses and shit like that. Like I don't know what the name of like the other stuff is, but I know Marvel does like omnibus and all that shit. But I want to get like a good collection, and I want to buy like a Mirage set. I don't know what would be the best out there, but I want to go back and like read some of this stuff because yeah, when I see characters like this, it's just like damn, this is something. There's something I never knew even existed, you know. And I remember listening to the guy. What the fuck is his name? I forget his name. I think it's Trevor. No, it's not Trevor. It's one of the guys that handles the TMNT stuff at NECA. He was being interviewed by Pixel Dan, and apparently this character Nobody was like a Kevin Eastman favorite. So he actually was wondering when these guys were going to get around to doing this guy because you know he had noticed that they were doing the Mirage stuff and they haven't really gotten around to it. So seemed to be one of his like more, I don't want to say more favorite characters, but it definitely was one that he wanted to see portrayed in an action figure. And just a straight up vigilante type. I don't think it makes for like the funnest looking figure just because of his like paint job. It's just an all black figure. Look, but when doesn't that look cool? You know, just definitely has like those ninja vibes. So yeah, this is Nobody from the Mirage line, like I said, and comes with a little bit of soft goods. Maybe not the best looking cape, but like I said, it's better than fucking hard plastic because we're gonna take a look at a Marvel Legends that they showed off this week, and it looks like it needs a fucking stand just by the damn cape alone. So I always give more points to the companies that come out with something, you know. And yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe I do swipe this up at Target if I see it in store because yeah, it just looks kind of cool, you know. It'll look kind of cool next to your turtles and stuff. So definitely gives all those vigilante vibes, kind of Batman inspired and shit, you know. Batman always uses his damn guns. So it's pretty cool, you know. It's not something that I gotta get, but it looks cool. And it also kind of looks like a Black Panther also. So kind of looks like a little bit of a ripoff of a lot of stuff. But yeah, like in a turtle shot or something, it'll definitely look cool. And then we get the cyborg Donatello, and I don't know, for the Turtle Bros, I feel like they're eating this up. But for me, I'm pretty good on it. Like I said, I do want to backtrack and read some of these like older issues of like TMNT, but some of the storylines that look like they just get too elseworldy and like zany and shit. So I don't know if I would necessarily be the biggest fan of it, but it does make for interesting looking action figures, you know. And like I said, the Turtle Bros, they'll eat it up. I see people that like customize stuff all the time, so maybe something like this they could just like cut apart, you know. It would be kind of cool to see this like teched out shell just on a regular like Mirage Donatello, especially since he's always kind of just doing his like fucking tech stuff and shit. It would kind of look crazy if he had like a teched out, armored up, like plate on his chest and on his back and shit. That would just look kind of cool. But yeah, just outside of that, this is definitely not something that I need to be completionist on. Even though I am kind of trying to collect the majority of this line. Offshoots like this, I think it's not for me. But this one right here, I actually saw like a cool, I think it was like stop motion from that dude DGDX. So this one, and then that super turtle that I haven't got yet. I'm waiting on the sale for that one, but I like that little cool little offshoot looking turtle. This one not so much though. This one just looks like way too Elseworld type of shit. You know, I don't know what the fuck is going on in this in this comic, but it doesn't look like something that I necessarily need. So that's just Donatello, and then we have a Shredder Raph, and I don't know. I would have imagined this would have looked cool as hell, but like I said, same thing with the Donatello. It doesn't look like necessarily I need it. I don't know. It's just kind of cool, kind of look to it. You know, you could definitely kind of get creative in some type of like photography. You know, like even if you don't necessarily want to use this as Raphael, it's like you had like fucking the 4 Mirage turtles fighting this one turtle shredder thing. Like that would be kind of cool. You know. Maybe kind of give them like other weapons and stuff so it doesn't look like Raph. But yeah, this is too elseworldy for me to just get, you know, off the bat. But every time I see these types of releases, I just feel like, man, Turtle Bros loving this shit, bro. You know, they are loving this shit. And this one right here, this head sculpt, you could probably pop on the turtle and kind of get some photography, like, you know, where they're getting fucking killed. So they're getting brutally fucking, you know, fucked up. So that would kind of work, you know. But for me, it's just, if these are closer to $40 too, it's just like, yeah, these are easy passes for me. Yeah, outside of them going like on a huge discount, you know, where some of this stuff does. I know like Best Buy always has like stock NECA. Sometimes I'll wait when they have like good sales. They'll have like them for like $20, and I'll buy them. So yeah, that'll be that, but probably not something I'm gonna go in for, not necessarily. But that's just me. Outside of that, I don't know if anybody in the chat is digging on some of this stuff, but I know the Turtle Bros are. Beware saying it looks like that blocky 3D set Saturn area OG Tomb Raider graphics. Yeah, it's just like very like digitized almost. Yeah, that's the word I wanted to use, digitized. So yeah, we'll see that. And then Hustle saying, you ready for all the SHF reveals? We're getting Gamerverse Spidey to match Cyclops. Oh yeah, is that revealed already? I saw Paternia talking about that before the show, but I think he said something tomorrow. But I want to see fucking Joe Valentine like he was talking about. I know it's comic accurate, but the nobody figure looks too lackluster. Yeah, it just looks boring, huh? It looks like a Black Panther low key with the fucking cape. So it look like, I want to say it looks cool, but yeah, it just looks too generic. It's just like generic, cool ninja looking, Batman looking motherfucker. Like, all right, yeah, we got this. And I don't know, maybe that just kind of works. That's the fun of it, because his name is Nobody. It's just like, yeah, he's nobody. It's like, yeah, he's a nobody character, and that works for that. Pretty fucking genius, man. It's like, we're talking shit. This is genius, bro. Omnibuses, compendiums, and their deluxe library editions. It's what I'll do with the new universe of Spawn. Yeah, man, I've always looked at those books and I'm always like, man, I want like a good like collection of that shit one day. Like, I always used to watch like fucking I don't know if you guys ever sub to Gem Mint Gem Mint Collectibles. I used to watch his channel a lot to do like, he'll do like comic reviews sometimes, and then he would do like omnibus reviews. And even though I didn't buy the omnibuses, I liked how they looked. I liked that. And then there was this other guy I used to watch. His name was Omar too, but I forgot what his channel was called. Mint Condition or some shit like that. I used to watch them just to see like the latest omnibus releases. And I was always like, man, these are expensive as fuck, but they would have like whole libraries of that shit. But man, I just recently, I think I unsubbed to Jam Mint, and I think his videos like recently popped up again. Man, that dude was going through like some hard times on YouTube, I guess. And yeah, he had to even like sell his house and shit. Cut his collection back scale it way down. He sold a bunch of omnibuses. I wish I would have paid attention. He was selling a bunch of shit like on Whatnot. Oh man, I would have racked up on some of that shit. But yeah, it always looks really cool in those like Billy bookshelves and shit, just all the books. But man, it's just like I said, you can't collect everything, but I always do admire people that just have like collections in specified areas and shit. I don't know, I just find that entertaining to look at and stuff. Looks great, but easy pass on Cyborg Donnie. Yeah, like I said, I'm good on these right here, man. I'm not going in for him. Maximum Thor better have damn soft goods cape. Oh, you fucking know it ain't. You know it's not, bro. That's you asking for a lot, man. But shit. Keeping it with a little comic inspired, more artwork style from artists. We got this Frazetta Universe coming with their little 5.5 line. So a little bit of MOTU inspiration, some for the retro fans and stuff. Kind of fits into that. Like I said, that 5.5 line is just like a retro line that it allows for fun collecting, I always forget the guy's name, but there's this guy I follow. He does like customs, and he'll do like a Darth Vader 5.5. He'll do like a Terminator 5.5. So he'll use like MOTU bodies. Like, that's the charm of the MOTU stuff too, is like the pop and swap. That's why Four Horsemen, like, they kind of kind of revolve their company around that style of like release of a figure. It's just pop and swap, create new shit, customize. So people always kind of buy these different MOTU releases just for parts, like bare arms, different armor and stuff, and they kind of create different characters. Some of these guys get really creative, so they'll pop like fucking, like, I think you can even pop like a Four Horsemen Mythic Legion's head on a MOTU figure, and it fits. It has like that same kind of like, kind of wide head on a like really stoked up stocky body and shit, and it works. It kind of does like cool shit. So to see kind of Frazetta Universe and the Icon Collectibles kind of join into the fun and shit, it's kind of cool. They got little silhouettes of Norsemen, so we've seen that character from their 112 release. Dark Wolf also, and then we got Silver Warrior, so that's probably potentially one we'll see like in their more 7-inch scale line. The Mothman, I know people have been asking for that. The Egyptian Queen, and the Frazetta Valkyrie. So cool that they're kind of doing these in the 5.5. And then the first wave is going to be Conan, Death Dealer, and John Carter. So we recently saw John Carter falling into the Icon Collectible 7-inch line. So, man, maybe potentially we could see like Silver Warrior or Mothman next, you know? And then maybe they even decide to do a Death Dealer. So pretty cool. I want to, like I said, I want to see just like more of the reveals on their 7-inch scale stuff, but it's pretty fun. Like I said, it's fun.
From Icon Collectibles, Death Dealer is back in an all-new way. He's stacked with his finest battle accessories. Cranium sculpted, 5.5 inches, ready for a war. The new Frazetta Universe retro-style action figures have arrived. You have to collect them all. First wave, the mighty trio, Conan, Death Dealer, and John Carter of Mars. Coming this fall.
Fucking Johnny. Yeah, it's just like I said, I don't know. I think this stuff is like, it's fun, you know. It's just like, who wouldn't want like a Death Dealer versus a He-Man shot or something funny like that, you know? Put these guys like in a Castle Grayskull like display or something. It's just, I don't know if it falls into that. And like I said, man, I gotta get this guy's name. I always forget. But yeah, he'll do, like I said, he's done like Darth Vader 5.5, like, you know, fighting in front of a Castle Grayskull or Snake Mountain. It just looks fun. That's what I love about toys. It's just the fun that you can have, which is this type of like collecting and imagination and stuff. And shout out to the customizers that are really talented like that. They definitely get down with their shit like that. I just admire it from, you know, obviously Instagram and shit, but it's always like, that to me is like modern artwork as far as this hobby goes. It's just really cool to see. But like Johnny's saying, yeah, it looks like Frazetta girls are definitely going hard in this action figure game, man. Like they're definitely wanting to pump out as much stuff as they can. That revolves around obviously their grandfather's artwork and stuff. And then I believe the son is Frazetta Art Museum. So if you see that like sub-branded or licensed, I believe that's the grandson. And then Frazetta Girls, they're obviously Frazetta Girls, but their toy line is Frazetta Icon Collectibles by Frazetta Girls. So I don't know. I feel like, you know, if the people are eating it up, I feel like they gotta capitalize while they can. You know, it's just, why not? Shit, who doesn't love money? Man. So I might see what's up with this. I might see what's up with that Death Dealer, honestly, in the Conan. The 5.5, it looks pretty fun. And I know Super 7 tried doing something like this, like comic versions, but anything Super 7 is complete shit to me, honestly. So I'm good on that. Racing saying, yeah, it's better to just collect one omnibus series that you really like and will reread since they take a lot of space. Yeah, exactly. I think that's what he was doing. He was kind of just like really downsizing and just collecting what he really wants. All that extra shit is just, it's not for anybody. Frazetta fatigue, damn, first one to say it, but hey, I don't know, man. Like I said, I just picked up their Conan about both of them, but yeah, I was even fucking saying that when we were talking about it at SDCC. I felt like, man, it's definitely Frazetta overload, you know, because you got the movie Frazetta from Mesco, then you got, you know, the movie Conan, then you got fucking Frazetta girls doing their stuff. You got the grandson doing his stuff, you know, so it's definitely an overload of that stuff, but selling pretty good, man. Selling pretty good. The product looking good, so probably gonna see more, Johnny. I'm sorry to say, bro. I'm leaning more towards Savage Crucible. Yeah, Savage Crucible. Like I still need to open their fucking barbarians. I haven't even fucking dug into them, man. I have like a fucking serious backlog. I need to come out with an unboxing show, bro. Unboxing Thursdays. We doing this shit on here. We doing it on here, bro. Fuck it. No, but I should do like an unboxing show. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck that, like, how to set it up, like overhead or kind of like in like just straight ahead. I gotta test some shit out. Test it out with me, guys. We'll see what's up. NYC in the building says, "You're what up?" NYC was good, man. My man was saying a lot of dope shit. I saw your post, bro. I was like, oh shit, this dude's clearing out. I'll wait for Savage Crucible Conan. Oh man, I hope Rob gets into the other stuff, because like I said, I feel like I'm Conan the fuck out. We got the heroic signatures coming out. We got these girls that just dropped there, so Conan the fuck out. Unboxing toys is actually hard. Yeah, it's it's not as easy as it looks, you know. But I think the majority of the times it's just put the camera, open the damn toy, and show it off. And I think people are, you know, if you could talk over it and shit, then yeah, it's kind of a plus. But it doesn't have to be like a huge like stream or anything. It's just quick shit. Yeah, I gotta set that up, man. I always talk about shit that I'm gonna do stuff, I never get around to doing it. But so yeah, to kind of unbox stuff, especially if you have it kind of backlogged a bit, might be fun. So we'll see, guys. But yo, man, keeping it with the whole little 5.5. Shout out to fucking Mattel, man. Having to eat my words here, bro. This thing actually fucking funded, and holy shit, man, I did not see this coming. I thought this was dead in the water. I said these guys are fucking dumb as fuck, because man, they, like I said last year, I thought it was 2 years ago. That's how long it felt. But last year, SCCC came out, showed off a fucking snake lair. Didn't look anything like the concept art that people voted for. So people saw SCCC and said, looks like shit. Mattel took note of that. Didn't even take it to the crowdfund. They said, all right, we're scrapping this. We're having to go back to the drawing board. Whole year later, come out with this. What was I just saying? Prices are getting higher. You fucking idiots. If you would have put this out last year, I think it would have been at a $200 price point. So to put it out a whole year later, now with tariff prices up in the air and, you know, international shipping up in the air, I said, these dumb fucking idiots, man, this shit ain't gonna fun, because nobody's gonna drop $300 on this fucking thing. No fucking way, no fucking how. This is me eating my goddamn words, guys. This is crazy. I didn't see this coming, man. And dude, honestly, now that I look at it, I'm like, yeah, this shit looks kind of fucking cool, you know, straight up. I ain't gonna lie. I have all the playsets up until now. I think the one thing keeping me from getting this though is that this isn't a vintage playset. This isn't like a retro vintage playset. This is completely new, but it is going to be the first playset in the Powers of Grayskull line. So pretty cool. It's one thing that they've been doing recently that kind of annoyed people. Like it's even annoyed me a bit. It's kind of warned me out of getting more MOTU releases, 5.5 at least, is that they're kind of just making characters that maybe had like a artwork, or maybe they were releasing the classics line. You know, Super 7 shit and stuff, Maddie collector shit. So it's not like a vintage release. It's not like a vintage figure. So it's just wore people out. People just want the OG, the classic shit. So to get like these creative characters, it wasn't necessarily people's cup of tea. So to revolve a playset around that, I didn't think it would fun, man. But like I said, you get into the pictures, you get into the photography, it looks fun. My man Moss Man about to get gang raid, bro. Look at this shit. Oh man, this is, when I saw this photography, I said, what are they doing here? I was like, I don't like this. I don't like where this is going, man. My dude Moss Man needs some help, bro. He got the whole tentacles around them. Look at that shit around his crotch, bro. That did not look right. I was like, wait, what the hell is that? Is that a snake in your fucking pants, or you just happen to see me, guy? But this shot right here, I said, oh hell no, bro. Full on Diddy party right here at this snake lair. Oh man, I didn't see this funding, but hey man, props to them for getting it over the edge. The one thing that I think is just bad shit crazy and fucking retarded and a complete kick in the fucking nuts, that, like I said, I'm looking at this and I say, hey, this looks pretty cool. Then putting early bird figures out there, fuck you guys. Stop doing that. Stop punishing collectors that don't have the money within a week. It's just like, fucking hell, that's not how shit should be, man. You should never take any of the offering off the table for the people, man. You should leave it. And that's not just me saying that. Some of the bigger MOTU collectors, some of the bigger YouTubers in the industry are saying that. Pixel Dan, you guys know him, right? He's saying it. Geek Dad Life saying it. JC, Toy News International saying it. It's just the dumbest way to do it. So this figure is not even going to be in the fucking snake lair. It's fucking stupid. This is like Lady Slither. This is her fucking lair. It's just like, bro, you need this bitch. So as far as I know, I mean, from what I understand, it's only this skeleton body, but I've seen people saying, no, it's the whole figure. And if it's the whole figure, that is fucking crazy to me. But you know what? I actually might capitalize, because about 1.5 years ago, 2 years ago, maybe, they did a Lady Slither, not skeleton version. It was a Mattel Creations. I bought 2 of those fucking things because I said, yo, I'm paying the damn shipping. Let me just get 2, whatever. I hope that shit goes up in the aftermarket price. I'm gonna sell that shit because yeah, I bought it, and that's kind of around the time, like I said last year, they were gonna kick off this fucking playset. Is like they put out the Lady Slither, so cool. People were gonna see what's up with it. Like, all right, cool. We put this bitch in the lair. They had to wait a whole year. It came up with a new figure, and yeah, since it's a skeleton version, I think it doesn't come with the playset, which is just retarded. But this fucking double-headed fucking snake horse thing, it is coming with the playset, and that shit looks fucking awesome. So I would get that. And then the stretch goal right here is this fucking priest snake motherfucker at 8,000, I believe. So I don't even think it's gonna reach the stretch goal. And like I said, stretch goals and fucking early bird are just the worst fucking thing, bro. It's just because these numbers are getting too crazy, man. You know, it's just it doesn't make sense to show something off that you as a company already produced. This figure has gone through the tooling, it's gone through production. They have the potential to put this out, to put it behind the damn paywall or behind the tier wall. So you're saying nobody's ever gonna get this? And why'd you dumb idiots spend money making the fucking thing? It makes no sense. Nobody likes that shit. Stop doing that, you know? We just saw the Snowcat go over the funding goal. You know, people were fucking shitting bricks that they weren't gonna get that goddamn Flint as that last year. Thankfully for the people that did go over that, but it's just, dude, stop doing that, companies. Like, just make the whole offering, price it to what you think you fucking need. Don't get crazy, don't get greedy, and fucking put it out there, or take the fucking tiers away and just make this shit. Because I know these figures are baked into this damn price. There's no fucking way this playset costs $300. No fucking way, bro. Like I said, it's a damn Diddy party in this bitch, but it should not cost $300. No fucking way. But like I said, they're baking in this goddamn fucking Lady Slither, this fucking horse, this fucking priest. All this is being baked into that price. So if you don't get some of this stuff, it's just like that diminishes the value even more. And I just think they should get away from that shit. You know, that's just my opinion. But like I said, I'm just talking about shit. This shit's still funny. And, you know, I'm actually passing. But the one thing that maybe would have kept me to going for it, I think this closes in 2 days. So it was like 2 days away from it completely closing. So like I said, it doesn't look like they're going to get to this tier. One of the things that's completely keeping me away now is that they have already taken the early bird off the table. So the value is already diminished. So I'm getting less than other people, even though I'm paying the same price. It's just ridiculous. It's just stupid, bro. It makes no sense, you know? So Mattel, I know you're watching. I know you guys watch this channel. Don't do it anymore. I know they got the message, because like I said, the bigger channels are saying it, and it doesn't make any fucking sense, man. Johnny talking about opening unboxing Thursdays. You got to be good at opening it, though. Yeah, better than everyone else. Yeah, I know. It's gotta be entertaining, bro. You know, it can't just be opening goddamn fucking TVC figures and shit. I'm here for unboxing Thursdays. Hey, yo, my man. Hey, he's with it. Never underestimate the power of people wasting money on that crowdfund. Yeah, it's just fuck, this thing fucking funded, bro. And I think I know why. I mean, do we really gotta guess? This shot right here sold it. Mossman about to get the Diddy. Hey, yo, I know. It's like, bro, this picture right here got this shit over the edge. I appreciate how real Gemman kept it. This collecting art of ours isn't for the faint of heart. Yeah, Gemman's pretty cool. I like his YouTube channel. I've always liked his, I know, like the vibe he brings to his shows and shit. It's pretty good YouTuber, man. And I never questioned why that guy has so many followers. I don't know. It's just entertaining to watch. Snowcat struggled all because of corporate greed. That shit just look boring as fuck, honestly. I'm gonna be quite honest about that. These toys from the 80s being sold at premium in 2025. Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh my fucking god. So you mean to tell me the tooling for this is the same for something more intricate and more complex? Like, get the fuck out of here, bro. That's what's getting crazy to me. It's just like, how is everything really getting that much more expensive? Shouldn't over time industry evolve to make stuff easier? It's like, what the fuck? Like, don't we have computers now versus in 1980? What the fuck is so hard about this shit, bro? It's just like before they would have to sculpt shit out in clay damn near, and now everything is digital and it's more expensive. makes no goddamn sense. Oh man, you know, it's just fucking retarded. Hasbro kept dangling those tears in our faces just for more pre-order. Yeah, fuck them. They can go fuck themselves. Like I said, everybody that does a damn tier system is complete ass. So I think that's every toy company. I heard MOTU fans being on Diddy Farce. That's like the whole chat. Yeah. Dude, Beware hates MOTU, bro. You know what, Beware? I'm gonna send you a MOTU figure. Fuck you, man. You're gonna like it, bro. I'm gonna send you this Moss Man after they're done with him. Oh man, dude, we gotta keep the chat rolling because I'm fucking talking too much about this damn fucking overpriced playset, man. But yo, shout out to Rojo54 in the house, man. It says sup Omar, sup chat. Yo, Rojo, what's good with you, man? Man, shout out to Rojo. But yeah, like I said, it's a pretty big playset. Pretty cool. Had this been offered at retail, I ain't gonna lie, I'd probably go in for it, man. And I think at retail it wouldn't be more than $150, and that's a lot. That is a lot, you know. Considering the Gray Skull was like 70 when it came out, and then I think the Snake Lair was 90. This to be $300, are you fucking insane? Yeah, go fuck yourself, guys. But keeping it with MOTU, looks like Mattel Creations is getting an exclusive for their new Eternia line. And yeah, speaking of Moss Man, this is the other Moss Man. This Moss Man, I think, is the one everyone wants. Full on Diddy release. But yeah, new Eternia is the line I'm collecting as far as MOTU goes. The one I'm really trying to stay consistent with. And I am kind of annoyed that they do put a lot of these on their site, so I have to pay that shipping tax. But I don't know, man. New Eternia shit is my jam. I don't necessarily like the head sculpt on this too much. It just looks a little bit too neckbeardy. He looks like a fucking neckbeard fucking loser. But I don't know. I like new Eternia line, and Mossman is definitely a character that I need for the good guys. He's a really strong character, you know, in MOTU lore and shit. And the size on this one is a little bit more deluxe, so probably gonna jack up the price a little bit more. So maybe I can understand why it can't be a regular release. But yeah, it's one that I'm probably gonna go in for, man. 8 inches tall, just about, you know, a little bit over. Kind of wish maybe they would have done something flocked, you know. I know in the retro figure he was like kind of flocked, even in that Diddy picture he was all flocked. So I kind of would have liked something to be flocked on here. Maybe that armor that goes over him, that would have been pretty cool. It definitely would have gave that like moss, that little mossy texture to him. That would have been awesome. But the one thing I just don't like is the fucking head sculpt. It just looks too fucking, like I say, it looks too much like a fucking neck beard. So I don't know. I'm not digging that, but the size on them looks pretty decent. It looks pretty cool. And yeah, like I said, he's probably one of the fucking more stronger guys on the good guy side. And I have a fucking shit ton of the bad guys, so definitely want to keep track on adding He-Man, his boys and shit. So probably going in for this one. And just reminding me of this picture, I still need to backtrack on this cyclone. Spinning like a cyclone. So probably catch me going in for this. I believe it goes up on Tuesday, and I think the price is gonna be like $35 plus shipping. So probably gonna jack it up to over maybe closer to 50. Who knows? But yeah, don't want to miss out on it myself. And then yeah, the artwork is done by that dude Eamon O'Donoghue, the same guy that sculpted out those Conan figures for Frazetta Icon Collectibles and Heroic Signatures. Is doing some artwork, and I know he's done artwork in the past for like Mondo and other MOTU releases from Mattel, and I want to say 4 Horsemen. So guy's a pretty good artist, man, as far as sculpting goes and just artwork in general. Like, guy's pretty talented, man. So I do follow him on social medias, and I follow his YouTube channel. So he's always putting out pretty cool shit. And yeah, like I said, Mattel Creations, I don't know, they feel like they're fucking raping me, but I don't know if I'm going to be fully content with this release. But like I said, I just want to keep track, and I feel like they're locking me in just because it's a fucking exclusive. I hate that damn feeling. MOTU was planning to sell the castle to the Diddy trial. New Mossman version is Diddy Survivor. The story continues. Yeah, I know. This is one that didn't get butt raped, you know, so he at least kept his manhood, so that's good for him. So yeah, that's that. And then speaking of big chunky boys, we got this Skookum. So it looks like a Native American Bigfoot, which to me is just fucking dumb as fuck. It's like, wouldn't it just be regular Bigfoot? But I guess it's some kind of myth, you know. Let me actually read this. Deep in the moss choked Moss choked. Oh man. Okay, moss man. Poor guy. Deep in the moss choked woodlands of the Cascade Mountains, the old stories speak of an ancient terror called the Skookum, towering and monstrous, draped in thick, malted black hair, sharp blood-stained teeth. The fuck does that say? Jute from his jaws. Man, I can't read. It's just really tiny. Perfectly shaped for tearing prey's head first as it to erase its identity. I'm not gonna be able to read the rest of this shit. It's just fucking too small, man. I need fucking reading glasses, bro. Oh, here we go. Its arms are long and powerful, ending in huge claws that can rip through bone with ease. It's a savage and predatory creature known to hunt both animals and humans. Hey, yo, you fucking hurt my dog, I'll kill you. Its presence is marked by a stench like rotting meat, clinging to the trees long after it's gone. The Skookum or Skookum is not of this world, but a spirit in flesh, feared by the Chinook. I hope I pronounced that right. I don't want to offend anybody. The Salish, the Nootka. Fuck, I'm butchering these damn tribes' names. I apologize to any Native Americans in the chat and many others. It's spoken of only in whispers for those who mock the ancient tales, often vanish without struggle, without sound. The forest falls quiet when it draws near. To those who have seen it and lived, the Skookum is no animal. It is a monster, maybe even a demon, born of the supernatural, shaped by blood and fed by fear. Hey, yo, pretty fucking intense, man. Damn, bro, I feel like a fucking third grader reading that shit. It's like when the teacher picked you and shit, you were dumb as fucking read. Oh, man. It's just a long ass story for just a damn toy that I want to look at. But I gotta say, man, obviously this is reuse on that Yeti from that Yeti figure, that Bigfoot figure from Loose Collector. And I don't know, man. I think call me old fashioned, but I don't think I need this like off variant of Bigfoot. I think I just like that regular Bigfoot. It definitely has like a brighter color to it, where this, definitely kind of seems like something you will see like in the dark, like in the mountain area. But I don't know, it just kind of looks like an in between of a fucking gorilla and a Bigfoot, where the Bigfoot just definitely looks like Bigfoot to me, you know. And then the Yeti, obviously, like the abominable snowman, is just, it's gonna be that white fur. I can still see this selling well, but I think out of all of them, I really like the Bigfoot a lot more overall, all three of them. So that's probably gonna be the one I go for. I don't know if I even go for the Yeti version. I don't really collect a lot of like snow type figures, I was just like talking shit about that snowcat, but I don't know. Definitely want to get one of these loose collector Bigfoots, but like I said, I think I just want to get the classic one. And then this being like a Native American like folklore, folktale or whatever. It's cool. It's cool that he's diving into this stuff, I know this Crypt line, he's just kind of put it out in his social media that it's gonna go pretty hard this year. So aside from like these like Bigfoots and different variants, he kind of put it out in his social media. Enter the realm of the supernatural, otherworldly beings, eerie cryptids, and the unknown. So he also did put out a teaser not too long ago for this Dogman. I forget the name of this shit. It's just like some Latin America fucking like kind of mythological creature, so supernatural type of shit. So it kind of fits into this line, this Crypt line, and that's kind of cool that he has like this little sub line. And I think right now when we talk about the figure Obscura, that's kind of what I imagine that line was. But this guy really is leaning into that. So along with this Dogman, he also put out like prototypes of the Chupacabra and this fucking goat fucker, infamous goat fucker. This shit looks pretty gnarly, man. As far as like an army builder or just, you probably just need one. Honestly, I'll probably buy this just because of, like, I know definitely like in Mexico, it's just like everybody's heard of Chupacabra, but he's like big, like even in Puerto Rico and all this stuff, everybody knows about this fucking goat fucker. So pretty cool to actually see like a toy of it. It's not necessarily something that I need, but you could definitely have a lot of fun with this shit. It's just a ugly looking thing. And you hear about these stories, these like fucking like creatures and monsters, like when you're really little and shit. It's like you hear about them, to the point where it's just like, it even becomes kind of like a meme-ish, So this shit is pretty cool. And like I said, in Latin America, you hear about creatures like this. I'm sure for like Native Americans, they've heard of this shit, the skookum. Like out here in the States, who hasn't heard of Bigfoot, who hasn't heard of a Yeti and shit. So every time you hear about like these types of like mythological creatures, it's pretty cool. You know, it's just something that's, like I said, it's in the fucking know of people, you know, and like different cultures and shit, you know. Like people speak of these things like they're fucking real, bro. Like there's people that'll swear on their fucking life that this thing exists, you know. Like there's even like pictures of like a fucking goat like mutilated and fucked in the ass by something. And it's just like, what the fuck could have done this, you know? And yeah, so like I said, there's people that swear on their fucking life that they've seen shit like this. And yeah, it's cool to see an action figure of it, you know. So I'm probably going for a couple of these, man. I ain't gonna lie. And according to a social media post, these are gonna be more of the affordable crypt figures. So obviously that Skookum, another like $110 price point. Not easy to army build those motherfuckers, even if you wanted to. Where these do kind of fall in line with like army builders. So he's kind of referencing that as far as like price points and stuff. So probably gonna be closer to like $40, maybe, hopefully less. Maybe closer to like that burning hammer line that he has. How much are those? Like $30. So yeah, I can't see this fucking little thing, even though it might come with different accessories costing more than $30. But it does look cool. And then this fucking Dogman thing, I want to see just kind of more finalized type of shit, but it also has like pretty cool sculpt to it, you know. It could even kind of fit into like some kind of Egyptian shot or something like that. The Dogman looks better than that Jersey Devil. Yeah, like I said, this is kind of what I felt like the Figura Obscura line was gonna be. It was gonna fall into this like really monstrous type of folklore and shit. But you know, obviously we saw Santa Claus. They kind of left that open to like more than just like these types of creatures and shit. But interesting, cool looking shit, you know. Like I said, it's something that yeah, might be a little bit more expensive when you get to these releases. But if he is offering something more, you know, price friendly and shit for the collectors, it's pretty cool. So I don't know necessarily if yeah, the Dogman look fucking, it does look cool as fuck, but you know, it's just, it kind of reminds me too much of a fucking werewolf, where it's just like, oh, I'm werewolf the fuck out. And even his werewolves were fucking awesome too, man. They were like a lot taller, a lot beefier and shit than the other stuff. So yeah, I gotta wait to see when this comes out or when it goes up for pre-order, just see kind of more finalized prototype. And then this Chupacabra, like I'm copping this motherfucker. Like this shit, like I said, this is something you hear about when you're a little kid. You hear about this, you hear about ghost stories. Like I don't know if he'll ever do like a La Llorona figure. Maybe Figura Obscura does that, because that's like another really scary tale about like a lady that like fucking, what is she, like drowned her kids or killed her kids or something. Like that's a scary story that you hear when you're a little kid. So yeah, maybe see companies kind of do portrayals of these types of characters and shit. Because yeah, I didn't see this. I didn't have this on my bingo card that I would ever see an action figure of this shit. So it's cool that that this dude's jumping into this shit. Chupacabra will mess the Jersey Devil essay. Yeah, fucking goat fucker. Chupacabra's defense is that those goats were sluts. I know. Did you see how they were dressed? Dogman and skinwalkers. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was trying to read up on some of the like the lore of it. I know like in Central America there's like a name to it. But yeah, they're like dog spirits that kind of like appear at people when they're walking home at night. So I don't know too much about them, but like I said, this shit just looks gnarly. It looks like it could fit in a lot of stuff, you know. So pretty cool, you know. These guys are doing something different too. They're not just all fucking, you know, like I said, those third-party Batman figures everyone's buying up. It's something different for the collection that still kind of fits into this like really, I don't want to say like Four Horsemen types of releases, but like yeah, like mythical fantasy types of releases. Like these definitely work, you know. So wait to see that. I knew this guy was gonna say something. My ex has a figure about herself, Chupa Verga. Oh man, fucking botch. I'm in for the Chupacabra, but the problem with the loose collector is I'll have to wait until I see the variants to choose. Yeah, he'll definitely get like reuse out of these like molds and shit, but I don't know. Like I said, this Chupacabra, like it's like a mythical creature, so hopefully the first one is like the best one to get, you know. I would hope, but we gotta wait to see. And then like I was saying, speaking of Figura Obscura, we get into the Jersey Devil. So new figure of Obscura drop, man, and I gotta say, like I've said in the past, this is probably my favorite stuff from Four Horsemen to see. Is like always their figure Obscura drops. They definitely get really creative with like just what they're gonna release. It's just something that I always thought would be like mythical creatures and mythical types of monsters. But yeah, when you see like, Santa Claus and, you know, I can't remember the other ones off the top of my head. Oh, Frankenstein, for Frankenstein's monster and shit. Like it's cool to see just the range of characters that they can pick from. This is, however, there was one that I always knew they would do. I actually thought it was gonna be probably one of the first ones they do. So it was kind of surprising to see that it was like 2 years ago that this line started. That it's been this long until we got a Jersey Devil, but them being based out there, I thought this would have been like one of the first releases that they put out for this line. So it was always kind of one that I was interested to see when they would drop and how it would look, because their interpretations of stuff is always pretty interesting as well. And I gotta say, man, I've recognized like a chupacabra because I've seen, like, obviously you look at pictures now, you have Google and stuff. It's like, what do these fucking things actually look like? What do people swear they look like? And yeah, this is actually like a pretty accurate picture of what people kind of interpret this monster to look like. This Jersey Devil, though, I saw when they put out the tease, I believe it was on Friday or Thursday. That yeah, I looked it up and I was just like, how does this fucking thing even look? Because who hasn't ever heard of the Jersey Devil? It's just, you even have a hockey team called the New Jersey Devils. It's a fucking well-known thing, but I never really took it upon myself to actually know what this fucking thing looks like. And yeah, once I saw a picture, I kind of imagined that. I was like, are they gonna put a fucking moose head on this thing? It kind of looks like it. When I saw this picture, I was like, fuck, I can't see shit, man. It's just too hazy, too dark. And then even this picture, I was like, nah, that's not like the fucking moose head that they had. It's definitely like a new head sculpt, but even like the lower body, like I said, I'm not really like the biggest Mythic Legion collector, but I do always try to note different parts and different uses from different bodies. And as far as I know, I don't think I've ever seen those legs. I could be wrong. I know they have like a Beasts wave coming out not too far away, and I don't know if this is like reuse from some of that stuff, some of the tooling from that stuff. The upper body kind of looks like that fucking, like that Red Death body when it's just like all black, like just body, but I could be wrong on that too. So it kind of looks a little kid bashy and it kind of looks a little bit original. The wings to me look different. I don't think I've ever seen those like demonic looking wings, but the character itself just looks a little bit too, I don't want to say goofy, but it just doesn't look cool to me. It just looks a little bit too it looks like a guy in a fucking moose, like a moose head. Fucking put that shit on his head. So I don't know. It just, the proportions just kind of seem off. But like I said, if you Google an image of this, it's actually pretty accurate of what people perceive this character to look like. And I don't know. I can kind of see that it can definitely get chopped up as far as the parts go, because like those like hooved feet and like it just definitely gives off those demonic vibes where yeah, you can definitely get creative with like kit bashing this shit and popping and swapping this shit like crazy. So even I can see potential in that. Like I said, those wings too, you can even probably swap those like on some of those vampire figures that they put out not too long ago. They'll probably work. Even put like a skull head on this shit, it might look kind of cool, I don't know. But it's just, for me, it's not necessarily one that I had to get. I think if I was from New Jersey, I would definitely got this shit. I would be like, fuck yeah, this is like mascot type of shit. But yeah, for me, it's an easy pass just because of that. Like, I don't know, I'm not the biggest Mythic Legions collector, and like, I don't know, if I buy something, I don't really want to buy it just for parts, like I've said in the past, even though I do see the potential in it. Motherfucker's gonna whack you with that bone and shit. You got a big old boner. But yeah, for me, it was a pass. However, I did see it go up. I think it was like $65. So I don't know if it was selling well for them. I saw like a post where they put, hey, it's selling out fast, like get it now. But then you go on their site and they have like the other figure Obscura releases that they put out, like that fucking elephant. It's like, you motherfucker said that about that too. So I don't know. I didn't necessarily think that was a guarantee that it was selling out. But like I said, I don't Mythic Legions that much, but even I can see the potential in this shit. but it does look a little plain Jane. It just, the figure itself looks interesting, but just the lack of accessories. This is not what I know Four Horsemen for. They usually have more shit, but this, to me, I don't know. Yeah, it's probably not my favorite figure of Obscura, man. After that Frankenstein that they put out, like, man, bro, that Frankenstein's monster, that was just such a fucking awesome release. That was like one of the best figures of the year that year that they dropped that. And like I said, it just gets me excited to see more of their releases for this shit. This one, just to me, it just seemed like lacking compared to the past releases. It just looks too kid bashy, so I don't fucking know. What's my man NYC saying? I know my man is a big fucking Four Horsemen Mythic Legions collector. This Jersey Devil is whack. Okay, that's what he's saying. Jersey Devil is the least awful thing in New Jersey. Oh man, I would have thought the Jersey Devil came with a sweatsuit, hair, get, and gold chains. I know. T-shirt time. What's up with the t-shirt time, bro? For the Jersey Devil. New Jersey is fine. I grew up there. Oh fuck, that explains a lot. The upper body is the Frankenstein upper body with the stitches removed. Is it? Okay. I mean, like I said, every time they do like specific paint jobs of bucks and stuff, it's like, okay, obviously you can get some black body, but like the lower half, like that already looks super demonic. So I don't know. I think this shit's gonna get bought up like by customizers heavy. If you just pop that head off and it looks like something, take that boner away from him and it looks like something pretty fucking awesome. So yeah, wait. The Jersey Devil body is off from lore, too thick. Yeah, he kind of does look a little bit buff, huh? So like when you see him, he looks super lanky, but I think I don't know. I think it's a good size for his body, but something about the head just seems a little bit too like bobbleheadish. It's like, fuck. How sturdy is this shit gonna be? That's the other thing that I definitely have my concerns about, is like the looseness on like those ankles and all that shit. Especially since you see that fucking upper body with that huge head and those big ass wings. It's like, fuck, that fucking tail. I don't know. Obi-Wan in the building says, yo, Omar, better late than never. That's not the chupacabra that I know, like Boncho. I too met a chupa verga on my 18th birthday. Yeah, there's like different interpretations, but I've actually seen a picture of it looking like that, but I've seen them look differently also. So I don't know, but I gotta wait to see when it's fully painted. I think I'm gonna go in for it though, especially if it's more affordable. Repainted Kickstarter wings. There is no excuse for them still using Kickstarted parts. Oh, come on. Oh, this guy. This guy's going hard. Good, relax. Fucking hell. Good Lord. This guy's the fucking Mythic Legions collector talking about no excuse for them still using. No excuse. Oh hell. Also, those New Jersey Devil nipples are be screaming. I know, right? It kind of looks like that Batman suit where you got the nipples through the black costume and shit. It's like, oh fuck, is that Batman under there? Pop and swap. Yeah, that's the money, bro. That's the bread and butter right there. So you can relax, bro. Easy pass on the Bone Devil. Hey, you got a big old boner with him. Dark G in the building says the Jersey Devil looks tight, but pass. I mean, it looks okay. Like I said, I look at it more for parts. I don't think this figure looks like that cool, honestly. The head, to me, it's just too large. But I think it is like that. If you look up a picture of this fucking thing, but I don't know, they could have done it differently. They could have interpreted it a different way. We're a legit Pish taco figure, by the way. What the fuck is that? What is that, bro? Isn't Loose Collector coming out with the chupacabra? Yeah, I just talked about that. Looks similar to Baphomet. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This shit just looks too demonic for my liking, bro. Honestly, I think that's the one thing I definitely don't like about it the most, is that shit, bro. It's like, I don't know. I feel like a fucking loser. It's just it's like, fuck, yeah. I've never been like that type. Kind of feel like my mom kind of would. I remember if I was a kid and we had like some demonic shit, my mom would be like, "Yeah, I don't like that shit." But she wouldn't trip on anything else. But if it was some demonic looking shit, she would not like that shit, bro. So I think that kind of stuck with me. So I don't know. Andy's Panties in the houses. Hey yo, what up, Andy's? Good, you man. What do you got to say? I know you're a Mythic Legions fan now. This guy goes to one Legions con. He's the biggest Legions fan. Jersey Devil, Snooki really let herself go. I know. T-shirt time. Oh man, they should have put a fucking T-shirt on this guy and instant cop, bro. Is that the Krampus reuse? Did they do a Krampus? Oh yeah, they did. No, the Krampus is a little bit buffer, bro. Hey yo, pause. I have that Krampus for you. That was the first one that came out with. That was a cool one. New Jersey is New York's little brother. I don't think New York is like that. Potential accessories for Jersey Devil: Taylor Ham, sweatsuit, Bon Jovi CD, and dinner backdrop. Load girlfriend slapping hand. I didn't make the rules. Yeah, definitely that. Loud girlfriend slapping hand. Oh man, that's savage, bro. Holy goddamn, Ghost Dev, chill out, bro. Liquid Below Zero in the building. He says, yeah, I wouldn't get it. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's like I said, I think the customizers are gonna eat this shit up. But for me, it's just I'm not really like one of those guys. So if I buy something, I just kind of want it as is, you know. Call me old fashioned. I wouldn't look at that, but I say, is that the Jersey Devil? Yeah, it's like, is that the first thing you think of when you see this shit? Maybe if you're familiar with like the myth of this fucking thing, but yeah, if you just, yeah, it's like, who said that? Was that Hardfast or Rageland saying, yeah, the bafflement? Like, yeah, that looks like that more so than anything. So that's why I feel like they could have added some paint on this shit too, like something different, bro. You know, like who's to say this shit would be a black body? Like, what if they would have done like a red body? That would have looked more toyetic, bro. I think it would have looked better, honestly. Maybe they do. Well, obviously they do their retailer exclusives. I want to see how the second version looks. V2 Jersey Devil. Pish Taco is a fat sucking creature from Andean folklore, shown as a human-like monster with lamprey style mouth. Fuck. I know what I'm looking up after the show. I like the effort, but pass. Yeah, according to this guy, there is no fucking effort. You know, where's NYC at, bro? This guy right here. Damn, I always like to get the experts' opinions, and this guy's talking shit about it. So okay, I'm not completely crazy. This does look like complete shit. Oh man, but keeping it with demonic looking fucking things, we got this Oni warrior from Medi Toys, and damn, dude, these guys have been teasing out a lot of stuff over like the last few months, so it always kind of confuses me of what's gone up for pre-order, what hasn't. But finally get a little bit of promotional images for this release, and I gotta say, man, Medi Toys, the guys doing those fucking killer orcs. One thing they always come with is like the detail as far as like their figures go, with like the add-on accessories, like these like fucking demon heads just hanging on that motherfucker's crotch area is just pretty fucking cool. Like, you know, they could have done something like that for this Jersey Devil, like have some kind of skulls hanging on his like waist, you know, something cool that shows like, yeah, this dude's a fucking killer, not some fucking bone he's gonna whack you in the head with like fucking Bam Bam and shit. It's like fucking hell, man. So yeah, I always like to see shit like this because you could always use that for other stuff. And something like this, I don't know if this necessarily falls into like World of Warcraft or some kind of video game property, but it definitely is something you could use for other shots. Like just, I don't know, like if you guys ever watch like Rurouni Kenshin, I know it's like he doesn't fight characters like this, but you can get a shot that gets creative like that, you know, especially with like that Nota release. Even like the Figuart stuff, and it's gonna look a little bit different because of style, but it looks pretty fucking awesome. And then you get like the rooted hair shit. It just, like, this stuff looks cool as far as like the engineering and the sculpt work goes, the detail. Because yeah, if you're gonna put hair on this thing, it's like it's got to be able to move its fucking head around, and that's what kills me with like Marvel Legends when you get like a Thor or shit like that, where it's just like, damn, this shit does not look up. Like the plastic is just too thick, it's too bulky, bulky in the back area. Like with that She-Hulk, like beautiful She-Hulk figure, it's like that chick is only looking forward. She cannot really look up or anything because yeah, the hair just doesn't allow it. So I always like this shit. You know, some people might say it looks too dollish because of the rooted hair. I don't know. I think it's a cool thing. I see it a lot, like more so like on Hot Toys now, like artisan editions. I know NR does that shit with like their 1/6 figures. It's cool to see something like that on the 112 release. I think the last one that I got, they had rooted hair. And the cool thing that they did is that they gave you both versions. They gave you like a sculpted hair, and then they gave you a rooted hair. Was that shit called? That fucking white cat fucking Lord of the Rings fucking Grey Wizard. It looked fucking awesome. It was just like rooted hair. So it's just like, yeah, that might not be people's cup of tea, because it gets too fidgety. You might have to like, fix it here and there. But they give you the second option, so it's pretty cool. And then these guys give you second option too. So they give you like unmasked head sculpt that kind of takes the hair off and shit. He's got the horns just sticking out of his head. So hey, you can even army build these, maybe have like that one with the mask, and then like two of these guys without the mask kind of flanking it, maybe kind of move the accessories around, give them different weapons. That would look pretty intense, just like in a shot like that. Or a shelf display. So it looks pretty cool. And like I've said in the past, this is something that I'll give extra points to, just because it's something more original. It's not, even though we're seeing more of these like orc types and just bigger body types. Like there was like a purple demon fucking thing that I talked about not too long ago. So it all kind of fits under this like Oni demonic samurai fucking little theme, but I like it. It looks cool, I did see this going up like on social media, but I don't know if it's gone up on 5K Toys yet. I could be off on that. So can't imagine it'll be too long before seeing this pre-order. But a lot of the times with these MediToy stuff, since it does have such intricate detail and like some of the add-on accessories, is like, yeah, they don't overproduce this stuff. So if you are even semi-interested, maybe just take a look at that NRD, and yeah, that's just, it's a safe bet to kind of lock it up just for the NRD and maybe change your mind later, especially if it's only like, obviously you don't want to just throw $10 away, but a lot of the time it just locks your pre-order in, because yeah, I think that purple demon motherfucker, I think that's already like closed pre-order. So if you didn't get it then it might be harder to get when it comes out, so gotta wait to see that. But what are you guys' thoughts on this, man? MediToys Masterpiece Onimusha. Okay, is this like a specific character? I have no fucking idea. Now this I'll be getting. That Jersey Devil is more like Jersey Jackoff. Yeah, it's like, yeah, that's why when you see like efforts from different companies, it's like, okay, I see you guys cooking. It's like, man, but brand recognition, obviously fan base recognition, it's like, yeah, and then customized potential. Like if you're buying stuff just to customize it or use it for parts, and I don't know, that's just not my way to collect stuff. I kind of just want stuff that, yeah, as is. And yeah, this is like Liquid saying, this is definitely something that as is you'll already be happy with. Obviously you get your nitpicks with how well it might be put together. Maybe it's fucking loose, but as far as I know, I've not heard too many complaints about MediToy stuff. Like as far as what people are buying from them, I haven't seen not one person talk shit about any of the releases, really. Like even that panda figure that they put out, a lot of people were digging that shit. That wasn't really my cup of tea. And fuck, I gotta backtrack on those Fury Toys Panda twins. I don't think I ever copped those shirts, but yeah, that MediToys one was cool too. It had like different kind of accessories. I think even sometimes these guys incorporate like light features in some of their shit. And then there's probably stuff that I know for sure when people get them in hand, they unbox them. It's just stuff that you can't even notice in the promotional images. But yeah, once you get them in hand, you really get to appreciate all the extra detail that has got into it. So there's definitely a lot of intricate detail going into these releases, and a lot of love being put into these motherfuckers. So yeah, pretty cool one, honestly. I saw this floating around and I was like, yeah, that shit definitely gonna get pre-order heavy. Yeah, and like Rayson saying, that Wolverine head sculpt came out of nowhere. They better make a separate Wolverine Samurai release or exclusive. And yeah, like Rayson saying, this little add-on accessory pack, man, it's pretty fucking cool. Like it's probably gonna be proportioned out a little bit differently, but I don't know, like would this head sculpt fit like on a one-toe body? Because it looks like a bigger head obviously for the body, but even on the body it looks a little bit small, huh? So it might fit like on a 112 release, but pretty random accessory pack. Just putting it out there like as a fucking Wolverine is just kind of random, but really freaking cool. I don't necessarily think it works the best like on this specific body, but like their interpretation of like fucking like Ronin Logan, it looks awesome, So could we be seeing them maybe play around with like Marvel characters? I'll be up for shit. I'll be up for at least taking a look at them, you know. Because yeah, this like I said, it kind of works. It kind of looks a little bit like you want to see it on a smaller body, you know. Maybe not so much those hands because they're just not gonna fit, but that head sculpt looks really good, and yeah, the potential for them to do like Marvel characters or like comic book characters and stuff, like shit, you know, why not? Why the fuck not, man? This reminds me of the Darkstalker Samurai. Oh yeah. What's the name of that Street Fighter character too? There was like a Street Fighter character that looked like that fucking like this shit too, huh? I forget the name of it. Or is it Darkstalkers? Might be right on the Darkstalker shit, but yeah, the photography of this shit is even fucking awesome too, man. This looks great. It reminds me of old Samurai Spawn. Hope Toddy updates that old figure. Oh shit, Samurai Spawn. You gotta fucking maybe you get a custom out of that, but yeah, hopefully Todd jumps back on the Spawn stuff, goes harder on that, because like I was saying last week, it doesn't look like he's got much up his sleeve anymore, so he needs to fall back on his in-house brand shit, man. And if he was smart, he would license Spawn out to other companies that want to make figures of that shit. Just collect the money, dude. It's like all these companies that have their own streaming services, what they're realizing is it's actually more profitable to license shit out, like Hasbro's doing. They're realizing that too. Make the shit yourself, especially when you're making complete shit. Are Medi Toys and Maestro Union the same company? No. As far as I know, Medi Toys was Memory Toys, and then Maestro Union, I think they're the guys doing like the Fury Toy stuff. I think different companies, yeah. I think I could be off, but the way these fucking guys change their names, it's like, look at my shit, bro. I'm changing my name too, bro. Changing my logo at least. Bam. That shit looks awesome. Rebrand, baby. Rooted hair is for pussies. Oh man, god damn, this guy is going savage today, bro. Holy fuck, man. God damn, NYZ's not holding back today. This comment of the night, bro. Comment of the fucking night. Shit, I'm trying to figure out when the goblins are getting to me. The little rape goblins. Oh man, you're gonna have a lot of fun with those B-word. I know that. Especially if you got a Mossman figure. Man, fuck them pandas. This guy's got a lot of bent up aggression, bro. Hey, put it out there, man. The trio goblins? Yeah, what goblins, bro? Rape goblins? Holy shit, this thing is sick. Johnny. Man, I'm falling behind on this damn chat. I'm sold. I gotta check it out. Yeah, Johnny's really digging this shit, huh? Yeah, this it might be this fucking this stupid fucking logo, bro. So annoying. There we go. An even dumber logo. It's like I was saying at the beginning of the show. My logo is pretty dumb, bro. But the Cracker Barrel version, oh holy hell, man. Holy fucking hell. That's not Wolverine. He's Keanu Reeves from Last Ronin. Is Keanu Reeves gonna be in the fucking Last Ronin movie? Akuma. It'd be cool if they did like a Street Fighter line, bro. Like something more gritty, something different. But man, I think that would definitely be an overabundance of Street Fighter. It already is. Cyclops as a Shogun, all decked out. Ah, come on. Now Sky gotta be a fucking, I don't know what Sky. Yeah, maybe he might be a fucking a Shogun. I think it's the claws that got me. Yeah, like this looks cool. I don't know for what reason I don't like the fucking the flesh colored head and then like that fucking corpse colored body. Kind of looks a little bit funny, but it still works. It does look cool. It just looks like he's raging the fuck out, you know, so it works. So yeah, we gotta wait to see when this drops, man. But don't use that fucking rooted head sculpt because you're gonna piss this guy off. Oh man, that shit made me fucking laugh. That was Tom Cruise and Keanu was a Seven Samurai. Oh, you're talking about what's the name of that shit? The Last Samurai? Is that the name of the movie? Or Cyclops as a blind samurai? Yeah, there you go. That would work. That's actually how I have my fucking Kenshin figure, man. I have him with that. I have that what's the name of that company? Dassin. And they gave you like a head sculpt that has like a cover over his eyes. That's how I have mine. He looks cool as fuck. But yeah. Get to see when this drops, and hopefully we get to see more like Marvel inspired stuff, man. But also on 5K Toys, looks like they're teasing out this Azure Lion. Looks like it's close to release. Probably, I think according to their post, it's about 2 months away, or 2 weeks away, I mean. And yeah, I finally get like more product photography of it, and damn, dude, I gotta say this shit looks fucking awesome, man. I do have the Noda version on pre-order. It comes with like that bloody throne and shit. I think I got the bloody version too. So I'm like not in the market. I'm not really trying to run out and buy like too many of these versions of this fucking line. But man, I'm gonna be kicking myself if this is the better release, you know, because it does look fucking awesome. Both versions look awesome. I think there's like a more of like a not really grayscale. It kind of looks ceramic. It looks really cool. It looks like a moving statue. And maybe I go in for that one just to get little taste of both, you know. But just the paintwork on this shit just looks fucking stellar, bro. Like that gold actually looks like gold. It always makes me laugh whenever you see a Marvel Legend that has like gold armor or even a McFarlane. It looks like complete shit. It's like fucking. Will paint kill you guys? Like, come on, man. Like, dude, especially McFarlane, man. Back when he was making toys back, well, like 90s, early 2000s, like, man, that shit had like really good paint, bro. So if you guys are already saving with sculpt and tooling, it's like don't cheap out on that shit. I hate it when it looks so plasticky. This actually looks like fucking gold, man. It looks fucking dope. And the head sculpts on them look awesome. Definitely has like a lot of expression to them and shit. So you can get down with this fucking Monkey King that they put out that I actually didn't get. I actually missed out on that pre-order, and I think they opened up a second one, but I didn't run to go lock that up. But man, seeing just this fucking Fury toys like Journey to the West line is pretty cool. You know, and then like we said in the past, they were kind of incorporating these little monkeys in each release, so just a little bonus figure. Apparently they put out 2-3 packs, so you could kind of pre-order these, kind of just get them loose and stuff. So pretty cool, because they look like some fun little monkeys. And I think that's what was intriguing me a lot to maybe going for that Monkey King, was that I was going to get one of these little free monkeys. But now you could just kind of pre-order them and army build them. And you definitely want to get a couple of shots, because just look at this shit right here. When I saw this shot, I was like, oh man, that's so savage, bro, but so fucking cool. So damn, yeah, Lion looks awesome. Monkey King, I know I've seen a couple of pictures of that floating around. It looks like a great figure. And then just these little soldiers and shit, little monkey soldiers deluxe set with bonus. So you get a couple extra head sculpts, all the weapons and stuff to just kind of army build them. I think I'm gonna lock up both these little accessory sets just to have these little monkey dudes. I really like these little monkey warriors and shit. And then yeah, I'm up in the air of which fucking Azure Lion to get, since I already have the Noda one. I feel like I'm locked in there, but yeah, I feel like I'm gonna be kicking myself if I miss out on the wrong one, you know. I don't know, man. I know there's people that are just gonna get both, obviously. Am I that dumb? maybe I'm that dumb. But I think the best option is probably to just get that like unpainted, like ceramic looking one. It looks to me like kind of like how, like, I don't know, you ever seen like comics or like fucking movies and shit where you see like these statues just all of a sudden come alive and shit. Something like that would be really fucking cool. Like, it just looks cool as fuck, but I think it would just stand out too much in my collection, and that's kind of what's keeping me back or holding me back from it. But outside of that, I really don't have any complaints on it. It shit looks fucking sick as fuck. And like I said, this shot right here, oh man, super savage, super fucking savage. My man Rojo, that bodybuilder chocolate body look. Hey yo, yeah, there you go. That's that Wolverine body. Man, wait for Fancy Realm Armored Lion. Oh yeah, I know. I saw some prototypes floating around that, but yeah, I don't want to get too many of these. Like, I just kind of want to get one version of a very anthropomorphic animal, you know. Just kind of have those kind of with like my turtles and stuff. That's why I'm waiting for that like pig fucking Bebop and shit that comes out, like that Fury Toys Samurai Force line. That shit is awesome. But this Journey to the West line from Fury Toys looks fucking cool as fuck, man. So I might be missing out. That line would be fire with a Ganon head sculpt. Yeah, man. This shit, like I said, yeah, even people are just buying this for parts and stuff, huh? Like, I never even really imagined that too much. But yeah, a lot of this like armor and stuff, even the body or like just swapping a different head on it will definitely give you like different looks. Yeah, that would work too. Yeah, you're right, Rojo. But yeah, I never even kind of thought about doing something like that. But like even that sword, giving that to somebody else, like that would work too. So gotta wait to see. And yeah, I'm gonna be on the lookout to see if I do end up backtracking on this one or going in for a last minute before it sells out, because it does look cool. And I don't really know any update on that Noda one, but I do know these were shown off like almost 2 years ago, and they were showing off around the same time. And that's kind of what was annoying me, was just like, man, can you motherfuckers make something else, something different? But fuck it, we'll see what the better one is and stuff when they both come out. But staying on the 5K Toys pre-orders, looks like Nanmu Studio putting out a couple T-Rexes, man. We got this male T-Rex and female T-Rex. And like I said at the beginning of the show, man, I don't think I've taken a bigger L in recent years than missing out on that goddamn Jurassic Park fucking exclusive, man. Man, I wanted that thing so bad. That was just, oh, it was the best SDCC exclusive I've seen in fucking years. And I was just so stupid. I did not pay attention, man. I was like, fuck. I remember as soon as I figured out that it sold out, I was like, man, let me jump on eBay. Let me see how much this shit's going for. I think it was like 220. And I was like, no, these guys got more stock. We're holding out, baby. Fucking idiot. Shit's only gone up. So missed out. And I don't know, man, I could probably just get this fucking buck T-Rex right here, you know, but I've actually not really dipped my toe into the Nanmu stuff. Even though I've seen a couple of like in-hand shots of some of the Raptors. Shout out to my man Johnny. I saw him unboxing that White Queen and Blood Knight on his live stream not too long ago. And yeah, they look great, man. As far as detail and paint go, it looks really awesome. I think the recent pre-orders that I did go in for though, but haven't released, was that it's like that the Indoraptor. They have like these like mount raptors. So I locked up 2 of those black ones on a 5K. I was like, yeah, I just want to get 2 of those just to kind of use them as mounts for stuff. But man, bro, I want a fucking buck T-Rex. I think I'm just gonna hold out though. I don't think fucking Mattel is that dumb to not release that as a single pack. Like, they have that fucking mold. They haven't used it since that T-Rex, that first T-Rex that sold extremely well for them. I can't imagine they just put that buck T-Rex as an exclusive and never give anybody an opportunity not to get it. And I think even the sets on fucking eBay are even selling out, so it's even getting harder to find in the aftermarket. So I want to hold out, but if I don't, this isn't a bad option. I think the one thing that I don't really like about this T-Rex too much is the kind of the diaphragm cut. I don't know. I feel like it's got not way too many cuts, because when you look at like the articulation that it has, it definitely allows for like better posing and stuff. But especially right here, like where you see the T-Rex laying down and stuff and all that, looking up, it's just how it arches its back and everything. Hey, yo. Yeah, it definitely has like that natural movement to it, and the detail in the paint, like, yeah, I know I don't got the best resolution pics right here, but they look really good in hand, you know. So gotta wait to see, man. And I did appreciate this shot right here, man, from that fucking movie Lost World. That shit was pretty savage to see these motherfuckers fuck around and, you know, kill some of these motherfuckers. It was just the way they hunt and stuff in packs. It was just cool. But yeah, I gotta hold out hope for fucking Hammond Collection to repack that shit out, man. Please. But like I said, if that's not the option, maybe I gotta mix and match, you know, because the Eternal Empress of Origins and Sovereign of the Oath. I do like how they name these fucking things. It's like really kind of different kind of naming and shit. You could just call them male and female, but no, they gotta get cool with it. And so pretty dope. Anybody in the chat going for any of these non-move studio dinos? Because yeah, man, who doesn't love a good dinosaur figure, man? They should. Some of the better releases some of the times from Mattel, like this year, that Spinosaurus, man, that's probably going on my top 10, honestly, for figures of the year. Like it's gonna be on the list. Like that was a fucking dope ass fucking Hammond Collection release. I didn't think it could get better than that T-Rex, but that Spinosaurus is probably the best dino figure that I own. It's that good. Like I love that fucking thing. If you haven't copped it, I think it's in stock on Amazon. It's like $60 or something, but I highly recommend that. What's the chat saying on this right here? We got Hustle saying it has to be dope. We waited almost a year for them. Yeah, those Azure Lions. So yeah, hopefully it's not too much far away by the time we see that Noda one come out too. Put that Jersey Devil head sculpt on that line. Instant figure of the year. Come on. I don't know about that. Now that head sculpt, it definitely will go good on something, but I don't know if it's on that body. I have those small monkey from Fury Toys Wukong, and they look scary as fuck. I like that shit was eating them. Break something in the building. He says, "Doe, I missed the lion talk. Can't wait for my Fury Toys one." Okay, so you're going for that Fury Toys? Yeah, it looks good. It looks good. And like I was saying, I'm debating on whether to get that one, but I already have that Noda pre-ordered. I'm like, man, I don't want to get two of this shit. Like, so I don't know. But Noda is not a bad company either, so I don't necessarily think I might be picking the wrong one. I just don't know. I'm ready for Primitive War. What is that? Oh, is that show? No, what's that show called? That came on HBO Max. Is that shit primitive? It's not Primitive War. It's something else. That show is good. That show is good. It's that Genny Tartakovsky shit. Yeah, the Noda Cyan line is supposed to ship out Q3 or 4 from China. Okay, so it's not too far away. I think I could wait. And if I wait and that Fury Toys one sold out, then the decision's made for me. Now you get the real Lost World T-Rex. I know. I love this shot right here. This is just so fucking dope. They had to blur out that fucking Explorer and shit. And dude, we need a 112 release of that Jurassic Park fucking SUV. Those SUVs are just fucking iconic as fuck, man. Break something saying, I'm sure the Noda one will be great. I went with Fury though, and my brother went Noda. Just like the dynamic illustrated look, no bad choices in my honest opinion. Yeah, that's what I think. I don't think you can go wrong either way, but still, that Fury Toys one looks really awesome. This looks dope for my Wukong. Yeah, for that Wukong, it definitely gonna work well. It's definitely got that same like animation and stuff, so gotta wait to see. So these are good. Omar, have no experience. From what I've seen, I don't have any in hand myself, but I've seen a couple of people review a few of them, and yeah, like they're not. I don't see nobody really complaining too much about them. But man, when you get a Hammond collection, it's like, dude, for that price point, and they're like the best. They're the best, honestly. Where I don't think these look bad, but it just the Hammond collection just look cleaner to me. I love and the price points, man. I know some of them are more expensive, like $60, but I think these are like $100 a pop. So it's a lot more expensive to get something that I know for sure the other company I'm gonna be happy with. So I'm gonna have to wait. I'm gonna have to wait for Mattel. Like, please don't be fucking morons. That's asking a lot. That's asking a lot from a toy company, and I'd be dumb as fuck. But please. They gotta put that Buck T-Rex out there, man, so we can live, baby. Yeah, I have enough dinos with the Axie toys, but I did pre-order both the Noda and the Fury Toys. Okay, my man eating good. So yeah, we'll see, man. I want to see the comparisons on Liquid's channel or his socials, man, for sure. I'm gonna definitely be able to tell which one was better. Gendy Tartakovsky Primal. Yeah, that's the name of the show. That shit was fucking good. I don't think I finished season 2, but I gotta get back to that. Is there a season 3 for that? Because season 1 was fucking awesome. That shit was sick. That episode with that fucking that dinosaur that was like infected and shit. Oh man, dude, all the episodes are just like, that shit is like a thrill ride, bro. You're like on the edge of your seat, like with angst and shit. It's just so crazy. Primal, great pronunciation. There we go. Primal is the cartoon. Primitive War is Jurassic Park's hotter sister. Okay. Oh, you know what? I think I saw somebody talking about that. I saw somebody talking about that on the live stream, but I think I just forgot to look it up myself. So I gotta look that up hard fast. Gun Girl was back in stock briefly. And did anyone bought this time around? I saw it come back in stock, but I already got mine released, so I need to double up. Dude, I gotta mess with that figure, man. I gotta stop buying dumb shit that I don't even play with. Like, fuck, bro. Like, seriously. It's like, who has time for fucking everything, bro? This is fucking crazy. But who doesn't love dinos? Who doesn't love Pokemon, man? Because next up, we get into the blockies. Pokemon Snorlax, and damn, bro, these guys are fucking cooking out there, man. Dude, we need these out here in the States. I had to resort to AliExpress for that Charizard. And as soon as I got it, I said, man, this is way better than the Jazzwares one. The paint quality, even the sculpt on it. Like, I thought the Jazzwares Charizard was like, man, that's the perfect Charizard. I never had that Bandai one. It was like the SH. No, it wasn't SH Monster Arts. It was the SH Figure Arts. What was it called? Like D Art or something? Never had that one, but I thought the Jazzwares one held its own for $20. that Blockies one was only $30, and it was better. It was a lot better. Like it had like a matte finish. It just look it's beautiful. I'm actually looking at this shit right now. That shit is awesome. I was like, man, I wish we could buy more of these, like just more available, like in store, you know. Because that Jazzware shit, it's fucking cheap ass plastic. Like it's really cheap, really shiny. This Snorlax, dude, just the way it's articulated. Oh man, this looks fucking awesome, bro. I gotta get my hands on this shit. Like, man, who doesn't love OG 151? Man, I still remember when you fucking catch this motherfucker. He's like blocking the road and shit. And I always remember during that shit. Remember, I had to have a great ball. You gotta have a great ball because you do not want to miss out catching this motherfucker. I think it was like your only opportunity to catch him. He's like blocking the roadway and shit. And man, just look at the size of this shit right here next to fucking Trainer Red, SH Figuarts. It's perfect scale, man. Like this is exactly what I needed to be. That's the Charizard right there. And yeah, that's like that Charizard's a decent size. It's slightly smaller than the Jazzor, just a tad bit, but I still think it's a great size for Charizard. And this Snorlax too. Like, man, probably gonna have to go to AliExpress for this, but overall, I think they're just killing it with their Pokemon line. I've seen their Charmander, their Psyduck. They look really cool. They all come with like these little display stands. So here we get a little in-hand shot. And man, just talk about a fucking cool Pokemon, bro. It wasn't one that I always had in my starter, you know, my starter 6 Pokemon, but it's who doesn't love Snorlax, bro? It's like Snorlax. This is lazy ass Pokemon. It's just, oh man, like, dude, like I say, who doesn't love Snorlax? You know, it's just a cool ass Pokemon that I have to have. I don't have a Snorlax in my Pokemon collection. The majority I have are just Jazzwares. Like that Gyarados that Jazzwares did is awesome. The Dragonite they did is awesome. I hope these guys get around to doing these Pokemon too, because I just feel like they're just that much better. They're putting that much more love into them. So we get a couple more shots next to some of their past releases, and they get into also more. So we got this Scyther, and yeah, another pretty cool one, man. I remember you would always get this motherfucker in that Safari and shit. And I always liked these Pokemon that didn't have evolutions, especially from that first Gen 1 Pokemon. It's like, I know in Gen 2 they got crazy with it and all kinds of they did all kinds of crazy shit. But this was always cool that, you know, those Pokemon that were just not evolving and shit. And this was one that I always saw people kind of carry in their like starter 6. It was just definitely like a cool bug type plant-based Pokemon. Especially like I always remember like that Pokemon the movie Mewtwo Strikes Back. I always like to see like those trainers that cross that water, like what was their starters. And I remember one of the dudes had the Scyther and shit. Just a cool looking Pokemon, man. It was probably one of the better designs from that OG Gen 1 shit. And yeah, like I said, they all come with their little display stands. You can kind of incorporate accessories on them. So this is kind of cool. It has like a little bamboo stick, so he's kind of slicing up. And then we also get more releases. We get this Lucario and Cinderace. I think that's his name. These are more that I'm not really familiar with. I know I've seen like Lucario a million times. I don't know too much about him, but I know he's like fan favorite type of Pokemon. I think the thing I like about these more though is that they're more action ready. You know, it's like the majority of the time when you see a Pokemon, it's just like these little chibi, cute looking animals and shit or whatever. These they definitely have like that posability, that action with them, because yeah, they kind of look like fucking, you know, obviously like anthropomorphic, but they kind of have like that ninja aesthetic, so it allows for like obviously fun posing, cool shit like that, you know. Like I said, I'm not really too familiar with these, but if I can get my hands on this Scyther and that Snorlax, I'm copping those shits because they look freaking awesome. And yeah, a few of the other releases, I don't know how many they've done, but man, Blockies is cooking, man. They're like one of the most talked about companies in like recent months. Like I've seen like Transformers fans digging on their stuff, even though they're obviously non-transforming, but they're like chibi. They're bringing something different, you know. Seen people eating those up. They're just fun. Some of them are blind boxes, so even that, get a little bit of the chase in there. And the Transformers are hitting out here in the States. They got to get this Pokemon shit out here. I hope it's not Jazzwares that's preventing that stuff, because like I said, man, competition breeds excellence, man. So if I was Jazzwares, I would be buying some of this shit, seeing what they're doing, and figuring out how we can do the same thing. You know, because yeah, the posing on these shits is a lot better. It's just a lot more smoother. And like I said, that paint quality that they have is just not glossy. I love it, man. So pretty cool. These, like I said, I don't really know too much about these, even though I do know the first evolution of this motherfucker Cinderace is Score Bunny, and that's actually one of the latest Pokemon that I've actually taken a liking to. I even bought one of those little Takara Tomy fucking Pokemons because yeah, I thought he was as cool as fuck for like a starter fire Pokemon. It's just like a fire bunny, like fucking genius, bro. Like sign me up, man. You know. So I don't think I would ever evolve him though. I think I would just keep him as like a little bunny because he's just like cool as fuck, man. But yeah, BLOKEES is killing it with this shit. So yeah, here's to them. And I know they've, like I said, they're like one of the most talked about companies in the last few months. I know they're getting into it with the Transformer stuff, and it looks like they're getting into like Marvel figures. So some types of it look 112 to me, where the Iron Mans don't really look. They kind of remind me of like that Toy Box Disney line, just obviously with more detail, more articulation. But this Marvel Rivals Venom and shit looks pretty interesting. I want to see just like, yeah, the final paint quality and stuff. But if it's anything like this Pokemon stuff that they're doing, like I don't think these are going to be bad releases at all. But I don't know. I think for my fucking Marvel, I think I'm already getting my itch scratched from like obviously Marvel Legends and my fix and all that other stuff that we're getting already. But it just kind of seems like this is already a crowded space, you know. But hey, maybe it's something that they kind of see viable for them as far as a company. And yeah, like I said, if it's anything like the quality of the Pokemon stuff, then that's probably gonna be pretty cool. And it's pretty smart on them to jump on stuff that's like more current, more popular now. Because yeah, like I said about fucking SDCC, Marvel Legends came out with X-Men 97. It was like, what year is this? I know it's just a year away, but man, it just felt like I dated out old. I was like, this is like, man, this is last year's hotness. Like, not this year's. Like, I thought they would have came out a lot smarter with their shit, but yeah, it looks like the overseas companies are, you know, bobbing and weaving a lot better, man. My man Albert in the house. What's good, Omar? Yo, Albert, what up, bro? Let's go with you, my man. It's my coworker, bro. That dude's fucking hilarious. I like Albert. I always like fucking talking to him at work. Dude's funny as fuck. And yeah, like I said, man, fucking Iron Mans look a little bit, you know, too kitty and shit. They kind of just, the proportions on them just look, like I said, they remind me of those like toy box Disney toys that you would find at the Disney store and shit. And I bought a couple of those. I thought those were fun looking toys. I bought a lot of the Star Wars ones and shit. I always thought they were just kind of cool. They reminded me of like a past Disneyland that they used to do. They were just like statues though, but they had like cartoon animation and shit. I always thought they looked cool. Like the Vader had like a really animated look to them. I thought they looked cool as fuck. So these kind of fit into that, you know, obviously with more articulation, more detail. But yeah, like I said, everyone's bread and butter when it comes to Marvel. It's got to be Marvel Legends, man. And we jump into a couple of the reveals from this week, man. First off, obviously, you guys can tell from the thumbnail, this Extremis Iron Man with fucking John Wick. Shout out to Jeremy from Loose But Complete, man. I saw him call this shit John Wick. And I couldn't stop laughing at that shit. I said, holy fuck, that's fucking hilarious, man. No, finally, like my man Tyler L said, they can do Mandarin, but is it the Mandarin that everybody wants? Apparently not, man. If you go in any comment section that had this post, it's definitely not everybody's cup of tea. But starting off with the Iron Man, I gotta say, man, this Extremis suit Iron Man, I think when it came out a couple years ago, is a really underrated Iron Man figure. Even me, I had to backtrack it after like missing out initially. I think one day I saw it on sale on Pulse and I ordered it. I was like, man, this shit's dope. Like, I just love like the suit design. Comic series was pretty good. I don't know, it's like loosely based on like MCU shit. Or the MCU is loosely based on that. But this one right here, it pops a little bit more with that cherry red. But if you do look at like the panel artwork to that run or those runs with this suit, it definitely has like a more muted red in the comic. But I don't necessarily discount them there. I think it looks a lot funner to me as far as the figure goes. A lot of people are kind of pointing out this one has like added ab crunch and stuff, so it has like different kind of ab crunch incorporated into the release. And then the Mandarin, it's just like this isn't what people wanted, you know. It's just they know what people want, but I always feel like this is the game they play. It's like, you know, they're gonna play it. You know, they're always gonna, and not just Hasbro, not just Marvel Legends, Every company does this. You know they're gonna put out the version nobody wants. People are gonna be like, "Fuck it, it's a character I need." Okay, I guess they know, even though they know they're gonna put it out later. It's just like, it's just how it works, man. You want it now. You want that shit now, even if it's not the exact one you want. So I think they're just banking on that, just putting this out first. And then yeah, getting to add on an extra Iron Man that people probably already have already. It's just kind of upcharging there. So at $50, I don't want to say this fucking 2-pack's complete shit. I still see people going in for it because even though it's not the look for Mandarin that people want, it's still an accurate look that he definitely has in the comic series. So me personally, I can do without it. But the other thing about that Iron Man is that it does come with like that unhelmeted head sculpt that has like that fucking like that thing over Tony's head, and that's a really cool head sculpt that you could use for like any of your past Iron Man releases, your Iron Mans. And then yeah, like I said, the paintwork on this shit, I actually like it better than that first release, but that fucking ab crunch, like I don't like how that looks, man. It just kind of cuts up that armor because you have those vertical lines going against those horizontal ones, and it doesn't look good. You know, it kind of looks like he's got like, I don't know, it just looks weird. But I don't know. Obviously, with the posing and stuff, you could definitely kind of hide that and shit. You're not gonna see it too much. But outside of that, this could have been a really, really good 2-pack, like a really can't miss 2-pack. And they could have stuck an old Iron Man figure. They could have just not done anything to that Iron Man, put in the old one, but put in that Mandarin that everybody wants with like the robe and all that shit. This motherfucker doesn't even have the 10 rings either. I think he only has 5 in one of the hands. So that's another thing that's just like a huge fucking miss. You know, I don't think the other hand has all the 5 rings on that, so that kind of sucks. And this head sculpt too is just so fucking random. It's like, who the fuck is this? It's just so random. Nobody's ever gonna use that head sculpt, you know, outside of just like a fucking crazy civilian and shit, you know. This is a head sculpt that definitely a lot of people are gonna use, but that body is just, it doesn't even look fun, you know. And like that's the thing, even though they know that they can potentially repack something else, that doesn't look fun, dude. Like it just kills it. It kills this whole 2-pack, man. And it's a bummer. It's a real bummer because, like I said, this would have been like a guaranteed 2-pack that everybody would have got because they've been waiting for fucking years for this character. And it's just like, don't do this, you guys. Don't kick your fans in the fucking nuts. Like, come on. How many times we got to beg you guys not to kick us in the fucking nuts? But they're going to keep doing it. You know, they're going to keep kicking you in the fucking nuts. And you guys are going to keep lining up and get kicked in the fucking nuts. Man, like my man NYC saying, don't get fucked. Yeah, I think there's still going to be people that take it, man. They're going to get kicked in the nuts. Please, Hasbro, may I have another? They're going to get kicked again and kicked again and kicked again. But I don't know, man. Like I said, I still think I don't want to bash people like that. I still think there's viable reasons to get it, but I definitely got to take points away, not just myself, from Hasbro for just being complete assholes and just doing that, you know, doing it on purpose, you know, because there's no other reason that they wouldn't release that figure. What's the real controversy behind this Mandarin figure? I want to get it exactly right. Is it offensive or what? What's the real reason? Like, what's the real reason? Like, I've never really, like, I'm being completely honest, I've been like out of the loop. Is it like offensive? Is that what it is? Like I don't like, if that's the reason, like that's fucking ridiculous. But even if that was the reason, I don't think Hasbro's playing by those same rules anymore, man. Like we just seeing with their fucking their Mephisto release. It's too demonic. They would have endlessly say that 2 years ago. I'm not saying it anymore. This right here, if they're holding that up because it's too offensive, I don't think that's the reason anymore. I think now it's just like, yeah, they're gonna release it. Now I think they might release it in the Mephisto style release, like with a throne and all kinds of accessories and all kinds of like shit that they're gonna jack up the price because they know it's a character that people want. They know it. They fucking know it. I can't imagine they do that on a retro card back, another Iron Man wave. You know, they could do the animated series version of it, but I think a lot of the majority of people want that comic accurate one, and I think they might throw that motherfucker like on some fucking throne, like they did with that fucking Kang, and make it a Pulse exclusive, and yeah, like I said, people are gonna line up to get kicked in the fucking nuts again, and you're gonna take it. So I wait to see that, but that's just my guess. Hard fast, and I missed it. Who's doing these Marvel Rivals? Oh, that was BLOKEES. Is it called BLOKEES or BLOKEES? I was calling them BLOKEES for a long time, and then I heard people saying BLOKEES, and I was like, I like BLOKEES. Wolverine figure looks legit, but Capped the Iron Man has toyish arms. Wolverine figure looks legit. Dude, the majority of the time, I don't know what Ghost is trolling me. We are never going to get Asian accurate Mandarin. That's what third parties are for. Is that the reason that it's just like offensive to the Asian community? I mean, I don't want to say it's not, because I ain't fucking Asian, but if that's the reason, it's like I've said in the past with shit like that, like Speedy Gonzalez, it gets to the point where if we're going to be overly offensive about everything, it's just, that's why we have nothing cool anymore. Can't have nothing cool. Can't have nothing cool. It's going to offend somebody. It's going to offend people. So I had to rebrand my shit. I rebranded myself because it's just getting too crazy out here with like just reasonings behind stuff. So I don't know. I like I said, I don't know the real reason. This kind of looks like it reminds me of something else. It reminds me of the Rockstar games. I think I did it wrong. Oh, shit. Always keep them wanting more. Never give them what they want right away. Yep. You know it. I know it. Everyone knows it. That's exactly right. It's okay, Omar. You can say it's complete shit. Yeah, you're right. This is complete shit. Oh man, fucking LYC is cracking me up tonight. That Super 7 logo for their Simpsons line. What? Oh yeah, the motto for the Super 7. Yeah, it was like, yeah, we're not gonna give them what they want. We're gonna give you the stuff we want to make. Too demonic for mass retail. Yeah, I don't know. Pearl clutching Karens, maybe. I don't know. I've seen in just recently, like not recently, but over the last few years, it's definitely gone like is that a thing? Apu is not in the Simpsons. Like if the Jax line doesn't do Apu, that's it, guys. We lost. China won. Red Dawn happened, guys. we're a fallen country. China won, bro. If that's the real reason that we don't get shit like that anymore, then yeah, sorry guys, America's fucking dead. And RIP to the greatest country in the world. So yeah, this is going up on Amazon, I believe. And I don't know. I just talk my shit. NYC made me say it's complete shit, and I agree. He didn't make me say it. I think it is complete shit, but I think it's gonna sell well. So we're gonna have to wait to see how happy people are with this, and then how happy they are when they release the one that everyone wants. Because that's gonna happen. And then we move over to Fan Expo Canada, where they have a couple of Marvel Legends reveals. First off, we have this animated series Mysterio, and damn, dude, this is what I thought that fucking retro card back line was gonna be originally. And then when they started doing comic versions, I was like, okay, like that's fine. Like these characters are awesome. I got the Green Goblin, I got the Mysterio. Pretty much all the ones that they would put out that I wanted, like the Kingpin. And then they started to do this VHS line, and I was like, oh man, that Doc Ock looks fucking cool as fuck. Like, man, it's that animated series one where he's all buff and shit. But I didn't want the Aunt May. I was like, I don't want that Aunt May. But I was like, man, why didn't they just put this fucker on the damn card back? I was like, oh, because these are animated series versions. They got to be on this VHS line. Stupid. So you fast forward a little bit, and yeah, it looks like now they're going back to that retro card back, and now they're putting them how they should have been from the fucking get-go. They're giving you the animated series versions with, I guess, a little bit of new tooling here and there. It's obviously now these bodies already kind of look dated. I think this is like the Vulcan body, which was like their like new Bucky cap and stuff. But it's got like parts that are kind of remastered, like this bowl over his fucking head's a lot wider. It kind of fits a lot more into that robe. So I do like that. But that fucking robe, man, it just looks like it's going to hinder so much. It's going to cause this figure to just not be stable. It's going to be all wobbly. And that just sucks, man. Like that just sucks ass. It's, yeah, like my man Johnny's saying, where is his soft goods? Would it kill these guys? Would it kill these guys to do that? Like, they can even take this head sculpt away. As cool as it is, I couldn't even remember how this fucker looked like. Honestly, I was like, oh yeah, that is how he looked like. I couldn't remember how this motherfucker looked like, because you know what? I'm never gonna pose him without this fucking damn helmet over his head. This head sculpt's pretty cool. I do like that. But that fucking cape, holy hell, right here, especially, it just looks horrendous. It looks horrendous, bro. It looks hideous. It looks like it hinders so much. You could just tell how wobbly this thing is going to be and how just not fun it is going to be to pose around. Where it's just, man, would it kill you guys to just attempt soft goods, man? It's not going to fucking kill you guys. It's not, it can be done. They've done it themselves in that company, you know? Even if it, like, honestly, the way that this cape is like shaped, I think it would have to be like wired. So I think that would be what keeps them from it. I was almost going to say it's okay if they just did like a flimsy fabric. No, dude, fuck no. You know, because I would think the price goes down to manufacture that when the quantities go up. So if you're producing a lot of this stuff, it's a safe bet that you're going to lower your cost. And man, Spider-Man villains, they sell, bro. Spider-Man figures in general, anything Spider-Man fucking sells. So you know they're gonna sell a lot of this. And like I said, this is what I thought the retro card back line was gonna be from the fucking get-go. You know, when we started to see it kind of a little bit yes, a little bit no. I think recently in the last year, we saw the Chameleon come out, and I was like, oh yeah, this looks animated series as fuck. You know, even though it had that J. Jonathan head sculpt, or that unmasked like accessory, it just you know, that never came out of the cartoon. So it kind of looks like they have to dance around with what is, what isn't, and kind of have to mix and match stuff. But right here, this just looks fully animated series, you know, and I don't know if it's even a worthy upgrade from the last one. I really like how the last one looked, like the textured patterns and stuff. Like, you know, I like that comic look to it. So that's just the Mysterio that I have. And I don't know, I want a new one, like I want an updated one, but I just feel like this is kind of something different. You know, it's not a fair upgrade, you know. And now I feel like if I get this is gonna stand out too much on that Spidey villain show, because it looks like they've gotten like less grittier over the years. Because what was that Green Goblin that came out? I think it was a Sandman wave. Man, that Green Goblin looks to this day like the best Green Goblin. Way better than the retro cardback one. I'm a fucking idiot. I remember when that retro cardback one was like announced or was going to come out. I was like, I don't need this stupid thing anymore. This looks way better. It's brighter. It looks more like the cartoon. I'm fucking dumb. Like that is like to this day, that Green Goblin, every time I see it, I'm like, fuck, I got to backtrack and get that shit back one day. Even though it's like the body's outdated, that head sculpt on that Green Goblin is probably like one of the best, like, head sculpts Marvel Legends has ever fucking done. It's that good. It's like super gritty. It just looks like fuck. It just looks like how Marvel Legends used to look. They almost look like old McFarlane shit. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like they're just going too much in that animated series route. And it doesn't look comic book, you know. So I don't know. I don't know if they stand out too much, you know. I feel like this is all Dan Yoon's fucking deal right here. He's like pushing them to do too much of this shit. I think they need to stay with that comic stuff, you know. Especially if, like I said, they already did VHS releases. It's like, you guys ended that line, ended that. Don't start going back to this shit, bro. You know, because if you do, then you better card back that fucking Doc Ock. You better put that on a fucking card back, because it's like, yeah, I wouldn't want that one. That Vulture that was on a VHS, that needed to go on a card back. Like, you fucking dumb motherfuckers putting that shit on VHS releases. That sucks. So I don't know. Like I said, it's not. If I didn't have a Mysterio, then yeah, I guess I'd be happy with this. But majority of the time, yeah, I'm like Johnny. I'm pissed. It's not worthy upgrade. Official pass for Marvel Legends. Mysterio. Oh, we keeping it official, bro. Maybe it's time for a change in management on the Marvel Legends team. Johnny, you signing up or what? Do you nominate yourself? I really don't buy Marvel Legends anymore, and it's the bulk of my collection. So what's going on? Yeah, like I said, I feel like they've gotten like less. They've improved in certain areas, but Like it just feels like the direction they're going in now. It to me, I saw with the X-Men 97 wave, that last wave that they showed off. It's like you guys are doing like this animated series, like it just makes your shit look cheap. Makes your shit look fucking cheap, you know, because you're gonna be cheap. You're gonna be cheap with your fucking figures. So to design them to look like that, I don't know. Like I don't like it, man. I do kind of like it. These are just kind of special like VHS releases. Like they should have just left it at that, you know, and then just stick to comic releases for single carded stuff. So I was kind of hoping a little bit better the next time we saw Mysterio, but now that we're getting this, who knows when the fuck else they're gonna release a Mysterio. It's probably gonna be fucking 4 or 5 years from now. So if you don't have one, it's probably a safe bet to get this one. I don't know what the aftermarket price on that first one is, but that shit's probably way over retail. So yeah, this is probably as good as it's gonna get for anybody that doesn't have one. Hard fast saying Marvel Legends is the official. Let's see how much we can charge for less. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's just like if it didn't look like the animated series, I would kind of even forgive that cape. But like I said, it just looks like they've lost like their grit. It just looks too like I don't know if bright is the right color. It just doesn't look comic book, doesn't look like anything other than the cartoon, and that just sticks out in the show full of comic characters, you know. So I don't know, man. You know, so that was the first release that they put out. And yeah, Fan Expo Canada, I didn't know that was gonna be like a place where they were gonna reveal a lot of shit, you know, because apparently these guys are not gonna do PulseCon anymore. So, you know, apparently now every reveal that they have are going to be at events. So Fan Expo had this Mysterio and then this Strong Guy deluxe. And yeah, for people that never built out that bath, it looks, or the majority of baths, it looks like Marvel Legends is going to just start putting fucking old baths into like deluxe releases. And yeah, it's a good opportunity to backtrack on stuff that you missed out on, or maybe you've cleansed from your collection. Maybe you want to backtrack on it again. Like obviously on eBay, something's just going to be way overpriced. I'm going to want to do that. But to get an opportunity to get it again for people that never built out the baths like myself, I'm actually pretty happy, you know. So you get to build out that X Factor team a little bit more. I think rumor floating around is that Polaris and Havoc are going to get re-released. So I think that's going to be like another 2-pack, maybe with like a couple of updates. And yeah, now that they're kind of repacking them, they're able to kind of incorporate a little bit updated paint jobs. So you get the zipper like actually painted and shit silver. So that looks pretty cool. And a couple of extra added on accessories. So you get this fucking barbell and shit. And it just looks fucking cool. You know, it just looks cool as like for a toy. You definitely have a lot of fun with this shit, even if it's for not for this dude. You know, you could probably give it to your She-Hulk or something. And this was always a pretty cool bath. And I think the wave itself wasn't necessarily that expensive. So I don't think this one ever like skyrocketed in the aftermarket price. But like I said, for people that never really wanted to pay more than, I don't know, $80, $100, you know, now you can lock it up for 40. And I think that's pretty cool of Marvel Legends. I give him more points for this than that Mysterio, even though there's like more updates on that Mysterio than this. I give them more points for this, and I hope one day they re-release like that Zabu. Maybe pack them out with like another release, like the what was the name of that character that was in that Savage Land Rogue set? Or I forgot her name. But yeah, repack stuff out and give people an opportunity to get them. And yeah, I think they sell well. I think that Venom pool that they put out for Target as a re-release or a repack, I think that sold out. I was able to get it there. And yeah, like I said, I'm not mad at it. So hopefully they continue to do this. I think there's a rumor floating around that they're going to do the Onslaught also. So I'm actually waiting for that one to go up for pre-order, and I'm probably going to lock that up too. Cause yeah, some of these BAPs, I never really got around to building them myself. Cause like I've said in the past, I always avoided buying stuff that I didn't want to buy, even though it had like a cool part. I just always thought that even though it was like the charm to Marvel Legends to get these extra pieces to build BAPs, I always just thought it was just so wasteful. I was like, fuck, I'm gonna buy this shit. I don't even want it. I just need this piece. I just held off. I was like, fuck that shit. I'm not going in for that. I didn't have the money for that shit. So now it's like, yeah, I can kind of splurge a little bit more, and I don't have to buy excess stuff that I don't want. I could just get the character that I want. And I I think that's just a better business model. I think everybody wins there. I think the fans, the collect the shit. I think the company too, because they get to resell shit that they already have tooled up. So yeah, I'm for it. But what's up with the chat though? What do you guys think? I want those weights for my Marvel Legends She-Hulk. Yeah, exactly. I think a lot of people are gonna do that with it, but you can even get fun with it and maybe give it to like a character like, I don't know, like that Shaggy from the Jada Toys line. He's like all yoked up. He's like Super Saiyan out and shit. Raisin saying, I'm not a big Marvel Legends guy, but it seems like the only place to get Marvel figures when it comes to retail. Yeah. Like I never see like a Mofex doing this guy, you know. So it's like if you want to build out some of these teams or get some of these like characters that are not like mainstays, like that's gonna be Marvel Legends. That's the tried and true. And I think that's kind of why Johnny, like he's saying, is the majority of his collection. But this guy's been collecting this shit for years. He has a lot. I've seen like pictures of his stuff. So maybe that's kind of why he's a little bit burnt out by it, because he already has characters like this, you know. Like me, I don't. So I'm in the market for this. You know, if I want to start building this X Factor team again or whatever, it's like, all right, this is a cool get. You know, I don't want to go on eBay for stuff. So yeah, it just depends. You know, I think that's why it's always kind of cool to kind of purge your collection every now and then, because you know companies might get around to just re-releasing shit, and I don't know if you want to rebuy it, but that would be an option. Kind of refresh and everything. I want those weights. Oh shit, I read that. My man Obi-Wan saying, let's be real, such a weak reveal at this pussy con. Yeah, it's like if they were gonna do like reveals at shows, now that they're not doing PulseCon, they're gonna have to spread themselves out. And that's what I noticed over the last few years, because they had PulseCon 1027, then they go to MCM London, NYCC. Now, I was like, man, they don't have that many reveals at these places. So I think that's what they realized themselves too. It's like, man, if we're doing PulseCon, then we got shit to show at these damn cons. Why are we even going? They need to be at those cons. They need to have a presence there. That's why that fucking G.I. Joe panel at SDCC, I was like, why are you guys even doing this? It's so stupid. It's like, what the fuck are you wasting everybody's time for with this shit? Nothing. They didn't show anything new, really. So I was dumb. Yeah. Art Fest. Tory Black, I feel like Marvel Legends needs a total revamp. Totally new team, new sculpt design. Hey, that might be like, I don't know what's up with that dude June and Jada Toys, man, but I gotta be imagining that a lot of companies got that dude like, yo, we gotta see what's up with this guy's contract, man. What is this guy getting paid over there? Get this guy on board for us. But yeah, that would be like, yeah, because Dwight's been doing that shit at Marvel Legends for a minute, but like, man, some of the times whenever they ask him for stuff, it's just like a pain in his ass to like want to do other stuff or like do shit that he doesn't know about or doesn't like. I forgot what it was that they were talking about one time. I think it was Spider-Man the animated series or something. But even then, I know Dan Yoon gets around to like recommending stuff. Like he always wants AOA shit. Nobody wants that shit. Don't do that. Don't do that, bro. So it's like, yeah, that wouldn't be a bad idea to kind of revamp the team. You know, I hate to be talking about people's jobs like that, but I mean, just as from the perspective of the collectors, it does kind of look like a little bit like this Mysterio is like seriously, like when I saw this, I was like, man, this is kind of lacking, you know. And it's like, fuck, you know. So, and then this is a cooler release, but this is just something old as fuck that it's cool for people that don't have it. And the coolest thing on this thing is a damn accessory. So it's like, man, that's not good. Onslaught would pull me back to buy Marvel Legends. Yeah, I can't wait till they redo that, repack that one. You know, it's gonna have like extra added accessories and shit, or paint detail. I agree. I got a bunch of incomplete bass because I didn't want some of the wave. Yeah, I know. I have like a bunch of like, I have like a bin that's just full of parts and shit. I'm like, man, I've even thrown shit away sometimes because I just know I'm never gonna build this shit. Like, what? I don't want to even hold onto this shit. Just throw it away. That's wasteful as fuck, you know. So I don't know, man. Don't know. But yeah, that was the second reveal at fucking Fan Expo Canada. And yeah, like like Obi-Wan was saying, this pussy con. Yeah, it looks like there was a bunch of fucking Canadians out there, so I guess you could call that. Yeah, so we didn't have too much, but yo, jumping into the Maximum Deadpool reveal, and this didn't happen at Fan Expo Canada, but man, something that was heavily teased at SDCC that I actually missed when I did my coverage from San Diego Comic-Con, or not from there, but of that event, was this dupe. And I missed that. I guess they slid that into that Maximum booth on Sunday. And yeah, obviously a lot of people were kind of, reminding people that, yeah, Toy Biz had this with the Deadpool. So, this is going to be Maximum Deadpool. And we all knew that they were going to do this figure in a Maximum release one day. It was just a matter of time when they would, I think on my bingo card, I had Maximum Thor coming out next after the Hulk. But after that Spider-Man, they caught a shit ton of controversy. It's like one of the most controversial figures in recent years. The Hulk wasn't a really second out from them. It was actually even worse than the Spider-Man, in my opinion. To the point where I didn't even get the damn Hulk. I got 2 of the Spideys. I was like, hey man, I know there's a lot of controversy, but I thought it was a good fucking looking Spider-Man. I was like, fuck it, I want that shit. I'm copping it. And it is. It's the best Marvel Legends Spider-Man to date. Easily. Thankfully I got pretty decent paint apps on mine, but that Hulk I just felt was like not Maximum. I was like, you know what, it's not Maximum. The Spider-Man, I know I have my nitpicks on it. It's just a fucking stupid name that annoys people more than anything. It's like, yeah, when you hear that name, you think of like the ultimate version, the quintessential version. I don't necessarily think it's that. I think it's just like the best version that they put out, with the exception of a couple accessories. I think it's fair to say that they have been lived up to that name. They have lived up to that Maximum best of the line type of shit. So I think I've said that for the Spider-Man, and I said that for the Hulk. Even though I didn't like the Hulk, I think it is the best Hulk that they've put out. And then now we jump into the Deadpool. Hands down, across the board, I think this is the best Maximum release out of all 3 so far. It's like all new body, like, new tooling on the body, the sculpt work on the bolt boots, the sculpt work throughout, the add-on like pouches and stuff. It just looks like a really good Deadpool, to the point where I think this is the best Deadpool you can buy from any company. I think it's better than the Moffics that they recently reissued that they did no updates to. I was like, man, this shit looks dated as fuck, The Revoltech Amazing Yamaguchi is probably the other one that, I'll give a lot of points to, but that's not everybody's cup of tea when it comes to figures. Definitely got, certain aesthetics that people don't like. Obviously, the intricate articulation that it has compared to other figures, people aren't really fond of a lot of the times. This, to me, just looks like the best fucking Deadpool out there. But the one thing that annoys me more than anything is that they've done so many Deadpools that, fuck, it's like, man, to get another one that, yeah, it is the best one today, but it's not that much better than everything else that they've done, or the last one that they've done. And you can say that about the Hulk. You can say that about the Spidey. It's not that much better, but they are better, so you definitely have to give them that. And like I said, I think more than anything, it's the name that annoys people. It's like you hear that and you automatically think this got to be the quintessential version. There cannot be another fucking, one that they put out that's going to be better than this. And when you pick apart the release, it's like, fuck, this is the best you can do. It definitely annoys a lot of people, because up and down, I've heard a bunch of live streams this week just picking this thing apart. And I'm like, God damn, bro, like, is it that fucking name that's really annoying people that much? Because, man, people are like, this should have 4 more sets of hands. This should have another head sculpt, even though I have this head sculpt already from another Deadpool. This should have it. And it should have more guns. And it should, and I'm thinking it should have speech bubbles. Like, I even heard that retarded shit. It should have speech bubbles. Like, come on, guys. I gotta play devil's advocate for Hasbro here. It's like, come on, guys. It's like, would this make it like, if you got a speech bubble that said chimichanga on it, would that keep you from complaining about this Deadpool? Like, really? I don't give a fuck about this goddamn speech. Like, man, the majority of times the people that are using speech bubbles to do product photography make their own fucking speech bubbles. So it's just like, don't put that out there. That's just fucking retarded, And it's like to the point where, like, if you are doing product photography, guess what? Your phone can make a fucking speech bubble just like they did here. It's like, come on, guys. People are like, how cool would it have been to have this speech bubble with it? Oh my God, it's Maximum. man, I feel embarrassed, bro. I feel embarrassed that I'm in the same community as people like that. Sometimes I'm like, this is retarded, dude. Like, come on, guys. Like, this is like overly nitpicking, you know. Where the one thing that I'm gonna shit talk is the fucking price. But guess what? A fucking speech bubble or two was not gonna change my mind on that. The price is definitely too much for what you're getting. It's definitely maybe like $10 more than what it should be. I think at $40, people wouldn't really have too many gripes. But at $50, it's definitely getting closer to that import price. And I don't know what you want when it comes to those price points. I mean, we just took a look at a fucking Hellboy that didn't have even half of the stuff this has at $60. Well, then people are gonna say, well, this is a bigger company. This is Hasbro. Well, does that mean that they don't like money? It's like they like money too. I think this comes with a fucking awesome spread of stuff where, yeah, you can plus and minus stuff or substitute stuff for what you would want. But to say that this is a shit drop from them, I don't think that's fair. Like, I just don't, you know. Like I said, overall, I think it's the best Deadpool that they've done. And since, yeah, that they've put out so many in the past, the majority of us do have these extra head sculpts. I think the one thing that they definitely could have done here that I did hear people say, and I agree with, is they got to play around with like the little plates in his eyes to just give him more expressions. It's like, man, if you would have figured how to do that, one head sculpt is fine with like, you know, maybe 4 sets of different eyes, and you get all these different kinds of expressions that you know Deadpool needs. But that's the one thing that I would have done. Everything else, it's like, man, you probably have these Deadpool figures in your fucking in your collection. They're probably sitting in bins, some of these accessories, where it's like, just take them all out, have a blast, you know, pop and swap away, you know. But to say a goddamn speech bubble to say this fucking release is just batshit crazy to me. I was like, no, that's dumb as fuck. But the eyes, the different eye, you know, ports, that would have been worthy of a maximum, you know, moniker. But outside of that, I think it's an easy cop for me. I'm definitely pre-ordering this. I'm probably gonna get 2 of them just to keep one in box. You know, I think this is probably gonna be the best Deadpool they put out for a few years. And yeah, I gotta have it, bro. It looks fucking awesome. And yeah, obviously he's have more guns, but you know, how many fucking guns can he hold at a time? It's like he has them all right here. The AK-47 looks pretty cool. I don't think they've ever done an AK in the Marvel Legends line, so that looks dope that they're not shying away from like, you know, real looking guns too much more. You know, I think even like the Amazing Yamaguchi one came with like these fucking laser tag looking guns. It just looks ridiculous, you know. So I hope Disney and Warner Brothers like just really get more lenient when it comes to that. It's like, yeah, man, these are fucking toys, guys. Like, and these are the characters you own that do use that in the comics and in movies and shit. So to not be able to put it in a toy, it's like, that's just dumb as fuck, you know. So I do got to give them points for that. You know, if that was Disney or if Marvel Legends was just able to kind of sneak that in, which I don't think so. But I give them points for that because, yeah, that AK-47 looks fucking badass. And, yeah, this M60 also looks pretty cool. You know, it's got that fucking boxed mag and shit. So it looks dope. I think this shit looks awesome. But, yeah, like everybody, I can agree. It's definitely not the best price point at $50, but that's just the price. That's just the pay-to-play price, man. So if you're gonna want to play with this shit, you're gonna have to pay for this shit. And that's probably the most sour feeling that everybody has, but this is a hobby, you know. At the end of the day, this is not a necessity. So everything right here is just a complete luxury where, yeah, even though it's $50, it's not to say we can't afford it. We can definitely afford it, but like everything, we would all want stuff to be a little bit more affordable. Like, who wouldn't? Like, that's just fair argument all the time. And then outside of that, I think the swords, the swords right here just look a little bit too short and shit. So for me, that's probably one of my biggest gripes was the fucking swords on that shit. But even that, I have something I could swap out with and shit. And then the other thing was that they recently put this out like as an SDCC exclusive, and it wasn't a bad Deadpool at all. I mean, it was just mostly the same, just more pinless and stuff. I think it had like a different kind of torso and shit, but outside of that, it had cool accessories. It had like a bazooka, had like TMNT inspired weapons, but this, you know, comes with a dynamite stick, comes with the chimichanga. I think the dupe is a this is dumb as fuck, but I think it is a cool little add-on that, yeah, it's probably not necessary, but it is cool to have, you know, and it looks really good. Honestly, it looks exactly how he looks like in the fucking comics. So that's points for that shit, you know. But overall, outside of that, I just thought it was the craziest shit that people wanted these damn speech bubbles where you could just do that yourself on your fucking damn phone or just make them little cutouts and shit. It's not the hardest thing to ever fucking do, but outside of that, I can't think of too much more that would have changed my mind on this shit outside of just that, those eye ports and the swords. But what are your guys' thoughts on this, man? Is everybody passing on this shit like my man Hardfast? Because yeah, he's passing on this, but like, I don't know, man. I can't imagine too many people that collect Marvel Legends don't have a Deadpool in their collection, but if you didn't, this is definitely the one to get. And people that want to get into the action figure game, I feel like this Maximum line is just easy cops all around so far. So hopefully the next one is that Thor. I think that's like rumored to be like you know, close to releasing. I think it was that between that and Deadpool that was going to be after the Hulk. So yeah, it looks like they got off with the Deadpool. And my man Mel saying pass too. Goddamn. But I think it's safe bets all around to lock these up if you don't have these characters. But since they are mainstays, it's hard to find those people that don't, you know. Mel saying for the price, might as well go Rebel Tech. I don't know, man. I mean, can you find a Rebel Tech for 50? I mean, they're closer to like 80, but with shipping, especially now, everything is going up. Even the Mafex stuff is going up to like $100, you know. So I don't know if that's like necessarily the right thing to say. I don't know. Fingers crossed for Thor. Yeah, man, I got a feeling people are gonna be pissed at that one more than any other Maximum release, you know, because after seeing that Hulk and seeing how little they really are doing as far as engineering goes, it's like fuck. But now that I think of it, man, that torso for that Hulk, that was a big step for them, bro. That was a big step for them. I know it wasn't a lot, but for them it was. I think the one thing that just held that shit back was that fucking waist swivel, bro. It's like, man, if they would have just done a ball joint waist, yes, I would have got it. I would have fucking got it, man. So it's like they're just missing the mark just a bit, I gotta say, you know. But outside of that, I don't know. I still think they're the best versions that they've put out. Like that's just my opinion. Like I really think that, you know. So for that, I feel it is Maximum. You know, even though it's not what people perceive as far as value and stuff. I think they're just branding it as Maximum because it's the best that they've put out to date. And I mean, Marvel Legends aren't the greatest ever, you know, so it's not really a hard achievement to accomplish, but they are accomplishing it. So for that, I give them points, man. And if that fucking Deadpool isn't your cup of tea, a couple of Mafex pre-orders went up this month. We got the movie Deadpool from Medicom Mafex, and kind of surprising that they're this fast to have this ready to go. They're usually like 2 or 3 years late. But man, everybody else got out putting these out, and even Diamond Select. They even showed something off that's probably never going to release. So cool to see that Mafex isn't far behind them. But man, after seeing so many of this movie releases, like everyone did this. Marvel Legends did it, fucking ZD Toys, all these like third-party companies, Mesco, everyone did this shit. SH Figuarts, these to me probably look the best out of all of them, but since they are like the last, it's almost like fuck, I'm already over this shit. It's like, when did this movie come out? 2 years ago? Like, damn, that's kind of late, you know. It doesn't seem like that long ago, but yeah, it was a minute ago, huh? Because this year was that Fantastic Four. Yeah, last year was this at SDCC. So yeah, it just kind of seems like it's too little too late. But man, when you really look at them, this is definitely the best movie Deadpool that's ever been released. I'm a big fan of the Marvel Legends movie Deadpool. I'm a big fan of that SH Figuarts one that came out, even though they kind of annoyed me with that second 1.5 release that had the fucking guns and shit. That was a really good Bandai joint, and I think this is probably like the best one out of all of them. Like I said, they're doing those eye port things, so it just gives you different expressions for the same head sculpt. It's just like, come on, Dwight, you're telling me you can't do that for your fucking Marvel Legends figures? Like, it's and not that hard to figure out, you know. So they should definitely look to doing that in the future. Even if they put out another Deadpool with another head sculpt that only has those eye ports, you could use that for your maximum Deadpool. It's fine. Let's go back. Just the one thing that I hate about Marvel Legends though is that they always slightly change the paint on it. That's like, oh, you fucking dumb motherfuckers. You fucking dumb motherfuckers. Like, they did that shit all the time with the Captain Americas. They always tweak around the paint. Like, fuck. Can't use this shit, you know. But yeah, whatever. Some people can't even tell. But overall, I like how this looks. I don't know if I'm in the market for another movie Deadpool. Like I said, I already got the Marvel Legends. I have the Bandai joint, so I don't think I need the Mafex. But to say it doesn't look good, I'd be lying. It looks really good. That's the majority of accessories, especially from that movie. Like those fucking adamantium claws that he makes and shit is just sick as fuck. The bone, it's like the fucking adamantium bones and shit from that opening scene. This is really good. And the fucking chrome Desert Eagles, man. I mean, the gold Desert Eagles, like that shit's sick, bro. Like, man, every movie Deadpool needed to come with those. So to see that none of them really, I think the SH Figuarts did, but this one comes with the majority of stuff and it looks good. Even the dog pool, it's like, yeah, it's not articulated, but it's a cool little accessory to give this guy, you know. And then we move into the Logan, and I gotta say, man, I like the way the Marvel Legends head sculpt look, but Medicom Mafex to me are always just slightly better. They're probably the best, and then I gotta give it to Marvel Legends. And the Bandai ones look like complete shit. Like those look terrible, bro. I think they give no fucks when it comes to the movie portraits. Like they really don't even try. Because yeah, I remember their Logan looked like a fucking homeless dude right here in Skid Row and shit, and this looks great, you know. I could definitely see them redoing this figure though, probably without the sleeves, with the fucking his cowl and shit on. So probably hold off on this one. I'll probably hold off on both of them because like I just said, man, the prices of this shit, it's going up, man. These are like $100 a pop on HLJ. It's like, that's a lot, bro. For something that's kind of old already. That's like, fuck, even though this is like the fastest I've seen them put out like movie figures, that shit's old as fuck, dude, you know. And this is just a pre-order. You still have to wait for the fucking damn release. Like, it's gonna be probably 2-3 years before this shit releases, you know. I mean, since the movie. And that's just, like I said, it's just too old for me when it comes to like live action shit, you know. I'm already over like Snyderverse stuff. Like I've said in the past, I don't want anything like that. It's just like, move on, you know, stop making this shit. But man, some of this stuff is like some of the shit that sells the most out in like Japan and shit. I always see like Japan Twitter eating this shit up. They have like all MCU collections, like shelves filled with like just the different costumes and everything. So I feel like out there they're eating this shit up. And even out here, like people are still probably gonna cop these heavy because they look that good, honestly. Like they really do look that good. I'm probably gonna pass on the Logan, but I don't know, man. I might be in the market for that Deadpool. It's like, fuck, he's an overly produced character from different lines, but it's fucking cool. It's fun, you know. It's just a fun action figure all the time. And this one being the best movie one, as far as I know, from what I can tell, yeah, probably gonna be easy cop when that one comes out. So gotta wait to see that. But along with that, they also dropped, like I said, late to the show, late to the party, another Black Adam. This time was like gold armor. And if you smell what Black Adam is cooking, not a bad looking Black Adam, but man, dude, this is so late. It's like this universe is already fucking dead. It's already over. So it's kind of too little too late now to kind of put this out. But hey, man, got to get around to doing this sometime. And man, stupidly, I went with the McFarlane, but I was able to get like a third party cloak for that one, so I actually kind of have them right there with my WWE wrestling figures. It just kind of fits in there. So yeah, I'm not in the market for a Black Adam rock figure, but likeness on that is pretty cool. And I don't know, for the memes might work, you know. I know I saw a lot of memes when this movie came out and shit, but this is very fucking old, you know. So that's the one thing about Mafex that always just leaves me wondering is like, why are they obligated to make this shit or what? Because And when they were putting out Flash movie figures and all this shit, I'm like, fuck, this shit is way late, bro. So I don't know, but McFarlane put out a couple thrones. This one just obviously more detail, looks better. And then the lighting effects, if you get this figure, you probably use that for other figures, so not bad, you know. And then, like I said, that whole universe is completely dead, but you're gonna keep seeing companies put out figures of these characters. So looks like NR16 Gal Gadot Wonder Woman, and shit, man, James Gunn could try all he wants, but he's never gonna cast a better looking Diana than fucking Gal Gadot. Man, talk about a smoking hot actress, bro. She was perfect for Wonder Woman, but god awful actress. Her acting skills non-existent, bro. She's terrible. That first Wonder Woman movie was pretty cool, but that 1984, holy fuck, man. I remember I forced my family to watch it on Christmas, and I think it was like 15-20 minutes in, and everybody was just like, fuck you, we're not watching this shit. And I was like, okay, yeah, take it off. I was like, this shit was so bad. It was so bad. I was like, fuck. I was like, yeah, I hope it gets good, or I'm gonna look like a complete fucking jackass right now. Shit. So yeah, that's that. But maybe I was just trying to fucking creep on my girl Gal. And then 1/6 Peacemaker. So can't see the figure. She can't see me, John Cena. But yeah, new Peacemaker series out right now. And it looks like a shitstorm, bro. It looks like James Gunn is just retconning everything. So fuck. Man, I knew this was gonna happen. I knew this was gonna fucking happen, bro. It's like one movie in, and your universe is completely fucked. It's completely fucked, bro. So what I've seen in the reviews of this, I'm like, man, I'm scared to watch this shit, but I'm probably gonna watch episode 1 tonight. Fuck. I'm a little bit concerned. I'm afraid I'm not gonna see stuff that I want to see, especially for a universe that's just starting out. So hopefully it's not as bad as I've heard. But yeah, I don't know. It's kind of scary for this to be the second project in the DCU, or the third. I don't even know if that cartoon counted as something, but fuck, man. But keeping it with 1/6, Mondo also releasing or putting it for pre-order there, Mr. Sinister. And goddamn, man, Marvel Legends needs to redo this motherfucker, bro, because he needs a fucking update. And this looks fucking good, man. This looks like it pops right out of the animation. And I feel like Marvel Legends is noticing the hype that these guys are getting for like their animated portrayals, their animated looks on releases, and they want to jump on the hype train, man. And it's just like, dude, stay in your fucking lane. Stay in your lane. Let these guys cook. You guys do the comic stuff, do the movie stuff that you need to do. Like, don't, because you're not gonna do it right. Not gonna do it right. You're gonna cut corners. You're gonna fuck it up. And the people that are buying this, they can forgive like articulation. I feel like I've said these are just more for display pieces, display purposes. You know, and yeah, obviously they're incorporating great paint work, awesome sculpt work. But it's just for that. It's just for the representation of the cartoons in like a figure form, or you could display it around. Marvel Legends, don't do this. Don't go down this route. Like, just let them do that. Let these collections just sit in a separate world. I don't like that. I don't like that they're doing that. And I feel like it is that. I feel like they're noticing too much of this Marvel Legends Mondo stuff. You know, I feel like they're taking too much note of this shit. So always a badass X-Men villain. Probably my, I don't want to say my second favorite X-Men villain, but man, he's up there, dude. Like, definitely up there. Probably like top 3, you know. But man, there's so many good X-Men villains. There's like Apocalypse, Magneto, Sabretooth. Mr. Sinister is always badass. And man, he just a scary ass fucking villain. Like, I always remember when he would pop out in the cartoon, I was like, fuck, this motherfucker's terrifying. I remember like those cards that came out like in the 90s and shit. I remember like having this dude's card and stuff. You know, my brother used to collect all that shit in elementary school, and always seeing like the cool artwork to all of them. But yeah, you gotta have Mr. Sinister, bro, in your collection. Marvel Legends definitely needs to update this shit, man. And then I'm wondering if fucking Mofex, I know they're doing like Jim Lee X-Men. Are they ever gonna do any fucking bad guys? I know they did the Magneto, but man, if they did like a fucking Mystique, if they did like other stuff, like, man, I think they would cook, bro. So hopefully we see some of that stuff, because yeah, Mondo is eating it up right now for like the people that have the nostalgia for this shit, for the nostalgia for this stuff. And like I said, I feel like Marvel Legends is trying to get in on that market when they shouldn't. they should just completely avoid it. And then staying with the 1-6-3-0, part of their Fig Zero line is dropping this David Martinez. And damn, bro, I thought that Jada toys looked fucking great, man. But when you see this, I'm like, man, this looks that much better, bro. The soft goods too. This shit is awesome, and this is cool, man. I was like, man, more companies need to do some of this shit right here. Like, just incorporate some of this fucking luminescent paint and stuff, or stitching or whatever, into like your figures or your fabrics and stuff, like your soft goods. Like, that's gonna definitely pop, give it a different kind of feel to it, a little more premium feel, even though these are more affordable 1/6 releases. Like, this looks cool, man. I felt like they cook with this shit. So be on the lookout for this. I think this is the second release that they've put up for pre-order, so I don't know if they're gonna do the entire cast, but probably safe bet they are. They've done entire Ranger teams, so I could definitely see them doing that. And then with Good Smile, a little Makoto Kusanagi Ghost in the Shell release. And when I first saw this, I thought it was a Figma, but apparently this is the hyper body, so a little bit taller than a Figma. I don't know. I think this looks pretty cool, but something about it, I feel like it just looks a little bit too model kitty, and I've always felt like that with their hyper body stuff. It just doesn't look like as good as like some of the other stuff you see from like other companies, you know. I'm still waiting to see what's up with that Hiya Toys one, but this one doesn't look bad either. It looks pretty cool, you know. I just know that those hyper bodies are a little bit taller than their Figma, so I don't know how much taller they would be in comparison to like other import releases, but not bad, you know. No, a lot of people are kind of taking note of it. Just kind of looks, like I said, it looks a little bit too model kitty for me, so I'll probably stay away and just wait for that that Hiya Toys one, even though Hiya's got me waiting for a bunch of shit. I'm kind of annoyed by, but just gonna keep waiting for that, man. So yeah, that went up for pre-order this week. I think it's like on HLJ. And then SH Figuarts. I don't know really too much about this dude, Billy Kid. I guess he's from a video game. But shit, I don't know anything about this guy, but it definitely looks like he's got like a lot of fucking attitude when it comes to the posing and shit. Anybody play this shit? For some reason I thought it was an anime, but when I saw some people talking about it online, they were talking about a game called Zenless Zone Zero, Billy Kid. So is that like a fucking computer game or some shit? I've not video gamed in fucking years, so I'm always out of the loop. But definitely has like cool design to him, I guess you could say. It's just not something that's my cup of tea as far as like a release goes, especially if it's not something that I know too much, but something different. And yeah, it kind of looks like it fits like in this little type of world that people might want to build, like cyberpunk type of shit, you know. It's definitely got that feel to it. But yeah, I don't know shit about it, man. I like that Billy. Oh, is it like a popular character? Billy Kid? I like that name. It's pretty dope. And his guns look pretty fucking sick. I do like that. It's got like that fucking graffiti on that shit. It looks kind of cool. But yeah, I saw a lot of people talking about this on X, so it might be a hot pre-order. I could stay away since I don't know too much about it. And then gotta move into my boy Luffy, man. And close out the show, we get Marineford Luffy, and man, this shit is fucking sick, bro. When I saw this, I said, finally they're updating this god awful figure, because fuck, man, that first release was just a hunk of shit. This one finally got some thigh swivel on him, so it looks pretty cool, man. I'm actually digging how this looks, even though it's like a specific look. I do like the battle damage, like extra like scuff marks on them and stuff. And yeah, if you guys ever watch One Piece, man, that Marineford arc is like probably the best arc, honestly. Like, I don't know, I say that. That's probably it's probably like peak arc really early on, you know, but once you get into like the new world and shit, it really ramps up after this whole arc where he's trying to save his brother and stuff, and he fails like a complete fucking pussy. This is him failing. But super fucking iconic look. And the one thing that got me excited about this is I know Whitebeard is coming, baby. This fucking look to Luffy where, like I said, they're at Marineford. It's just a crazy arc where you just see like all these badass players in One Piece, like all in one area, and they're all fucking going at it. And the GOAT, baby, Whitebeard, right there with fucking Luffy, side by side with him in the scene where he comes out, where he first meets him. It's fucking awesome. It's like this dude meets the fucking world's strongest man, the most dangerous pirate, like since Goldie Roger, and he doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't cower away. He's like fucking toe to toe with his ass. It's funny as fuck, you know, because that's just Luffy, bro. It's like he doesn't give a fuck. It's like I'm gonna be king of the pirates, and yeah, that scene where he's like talking to him, it's fucking dope. It's just I don't know. It's just you could tell that like yeah, torches are being passed to like this new generation and stuff. But to me, Whitebeard is just a fucking goat, man. So yeah, I know after seeing this Luffy, I'm like, all right, baby. All right. We saw fucking Marco the Phoenix last week, prototype. He's one of the Whitebeard pirates. I gotta have a feeling that Whitebeard is the next deluxe release, man. Especially after seeing this Luffy. I'm like, dead fucking giveaway, man. So yeah, it could be him, it could be Sengoku, it could be some of the admirals, you know. But yeah, safe bet to say it's gonna be Whitebeard, and fuck, I think I'll be done collecting after that, man. So be on the lookout for that, guys. And like I said, man, that is where we're gonna wrap up. That's all the toy news I have for the day. I fucking always drag this shit on. I don't know where I get on to talking about random shit, but I need to cut that shit off because I always want to keep this show to 2 hours. So thank you to everyone that stuck around with me, man. Like I said, it's always dictated by the content and the releases the company just showing off. Looks like they're ramping up, guys. So gonna try to keep this a weekly thing again, not bi-weekly, like my man Ghost Tab likes to say. I put the bi and bi-weekly. But yeah, guys, thank you as always, man. Appreciate everybody that tunes in, everybody that checks out the show. Like I said, a little rebrand tonight. No, fuck all this shit. So thank you guys, man. And until the next one, man, catch you guys on the next one. Keep collecting, keep buying those stuff, and I'll see you guys later, man. Peace out.
So it has been, and so it shall continue to be from now till the very end of time. And one day in the future, when we're all dead and gone, someone will arise carrying generations upon generations of our history on his shoulders, and he'll throw down the gauntlet in front of the entire world. Sengoku, you and the government know what's coming. A war that will embroil the seas far and wide. That's why you're so afraid, though nothing you do will stop it. I've no interest in it myself. But someday that treasure will turn this world upside down. You know what I'm talking about. And I'm sure that someone will find it. Whether you like it or not, that day will come soon.